Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. It is Mbugo from Maputo, Mozambique. Welcome, brothers. Welcome, brothers. I love you. Who's here? Let's see what's going on. No funds here yet. Let's see. That poor gorilla baby. Why would you bet the Coogan's side? Yeah, that was on the thumbnail. That's a good thumbnail. Let's go hard. Let's go hard at Sonny Edwards tonight. He's a fucking hypocrite and a grass. A fucking hypocrite and a grass, you know what I'm saying? He'll have to be dealt with. He'll have to be dealt with. He's a fucking hypocrite. Huh? Let's get some questions up here. Mark's out of Zen. Is that Tan Booth baby? What the one Coogan is holding in the thumbnail? Yeah, I like that thumbnail. I got much love from my boy, Nadav Drew. Amazing thumbnail. Thank you, brother. Before we carry on, remember, the only way for the Chubby to get money now is through Cash App, because I've been demonetized for at least one more month because of a disgusting fat pig and his grass friends. But yeah, Ben G, that's right, my boy Ben G. I have to say thank you to my boy Ben G. That's Ben G, not Benji. Ben G in the house, who gave me £10 on Cash App. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Times are hard, but I got some side hustles going on. Mark Sadazan, you missed a T after the jab. Is Mr. T one of the ones that dropped? No, that was RIP Marvin Hagler. Cola Booze in the house. Trippy man. Have I had to stop tuning to Ty? His comments were revolting, man. Joke or not is wrong. I think it was a little distasteful. It wasn't the best thing, but listen, man, come on. He was egged on a bit by a question, a super chat. He's clearly taking the piss. It's ugly. It wouldn't even have been a talking point if Sonny Edwards, the grass, who takes money from the murderer's hands. Do you know how much damage the cocaine industry does to the peoples of where it's grown in Bolivia and Colombia? The gangsterism, it ruins the environment. They pour liquids into the Amazon. The farmers have to grow the coca leaf, and it does so much damage. And Sonny ain't got no problem with that. Oh, Sonny ain't got no problem with that. He'll take that money, give me the money, and including not forgetting all the murders that have happened in Europe. You got no problem with that, Sonny. But oh no, Tyan said a dark joke. Now let me say, people like what's that guy called Ricky Gervais and comedians make stuff like that all the time. I don't think you should. I mean, it's not pretty. If I was Coogan, I'd be pissed, right? If someone said that about my kid, I'd be nuts. But let's not pretend he's actually a nonce. It's bullshit, man. Lee talk boxing. Yes. Lee talks oil drilling, not oil drilling talk tonight, Lee. What's up, brother? It's great to see you, man. If you want there, you can meet my sister. She's very pretty. Only 250 pounds in weight. She cook a good fufu. Mark Satterson, why do you say sexual reasons? To be straight here, Johnny Nelson put it best. He's an idiot. He ain't got a foot. I mean, it wasn't the best idea, really. I mean, it's a bit, especially as Coogan, that is actually Coogan has got a baby, but it was clearly a bad taste joke, right? Should he have done it? Well, I don't know. He's getting an awful lot of publicity from it. And what is Coogan? Who is Coogan? To talk about morals when he stitched up James Helder, his own friend. These guys were like that loyal. He faked James Helder's signature, stitched up James Helder, his lifelong best friend, for money, for drug money, from murderers. What the fuck is... And Coogan's worried about someone saying, this thing was a little live. 500 people would have been on, right? No one would have seen it. He would have taken it down. No one would have seen it if Sonny hadn't made a big deal out of it. Pick off. Triple B, can you do me a favor? Tell me what you want, blood. Well, there you go. But not only that, right? Sonny Edwards, Showtime Sonny Edwards, the fucking grass. I'm going to do a full video on his grass now. He's lost his privileges. I let him go. I've got him on a tape, slagging off autistic people, gay people, this mentally handicapped people, depressed people, poor people, and threatening the Triple B. I got all that on tape. I'm going to release that now, that pussy, yo. Lee, I can't go 5 minutes. I miss your oil drilling. It's some kind of fucking mental disease, oil drilling. It has to be. All right, my boy Shane Bongers. Hello, Shane. There's no live without my boy Shane. Shane, the millionaire, the multi-millionaire. I saw 3 mixed couples in Sainsbury's, many chocolate lovers. What were they, oil drillers or were they coal burners? What were they? Tyan, Patrick Booth clips. Ty says review and sexual reasons about everything, no malice. It's quite clear it's a joke. No one thinks fucking Tyan Booth is actually a nonce. Was it a bit off color? Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but let's not pretend, yeah, that comedians don't make stupid jokes like that. There was only 500 people watching. No one would have known of it if that bitch, sometimes Sonny Edwards, the grass, who ruined Danny Flexen's career, who takes drug money off murderers, right? And bigs them up, yeah. And now he's right. He did Sonny, Showtime Sonny, did a video about Conor Ben and how slagging him off and saying he's obviously guilty. He should have his license taken away. Then he remembered, shit, I've just signed up to Matchroom. Conor Ben is with Matchroom, and Eddie Hearn loves Conor Ben, and he took down the video. Whatever it was, the tweet. He's a fucking coward, man. All right. I mean, by the way, I advise anyone who's Tyan Booth don't need Triple B to defend him, to back him or whatnot, right? Go and look at his last 2 lives. He does a fucking good job. He crushes Coogan, Hearn, radio bitch Raheem, all these fucking Sonny Edwards, all these pussy holes taking the moral high ground, and he exposes them for being scumbags, all of them. Take a look, man. After you see them, you're like, well, fair enough, man. Yeah, I don't agree with him saying that, but fair fucking enough. John Smith, Sonny went full snitch mode. He is a snitch. He ruined Danny Flexen by having a conversation with his sister. That's all. I pulled him up on it. He started crying. I don't know if you were on the live. No, he was. I said, what did he say? He pretended Danny Flexen was a nonce. You remember that on his Twitter? Because everyone was asking, is your sister underage, Sonny? He's always on Twitter. Always on Twitter. That bitch is never off Twitter. Yeah? And he never answered it, implying that she was underage. Everyone started calling Danny Flexen a nonce, right? Because fucking Showtime snitch Sonny Edwards didn't put it right. He should have said, no, she's not. She's 36. So Danny Flexen, let's think about it. Danny Flexen, he's so spiteful, Sonny. He doesn't like Tyan because Tyan's rinsed him. Yeah, he hasn't stitched, but he rinsed him and exposed him for failing drug tests on purpose. Yeah, and for rinsing him out, so he remembers that. And he's a spiteful little prick, but he gets himself in trouble. The only reason he went for Danny Flexen is because Danny Flexen said, "Oh, Sonny don't really like me," and then you seen the thing. It's a conversation between a grown woman and a man, and instead, Sonny Showtime snitch Edwards had to almost ruin Flexen's career. He's a scumbag, and like I said, I got him on tape slagging off Battymans. I don't give a fuck about that. But slagging off mentally ill people, suicidal people, poor people, and threatening up the Triple B. I didn't release it because I let him drop. And my reputation suffered because of that. People going, oh, you pussied out. I gave him a chance, man. We ain't got no chance now. And I put up all them videos as well that I took down. He goes, they hurt my family. I said, all right, I'll take them down out of kindness. Because I said, you're also stitched. You're not even fucking doxing the Triple B. You're doxing an innocent person. You've got no fucking idea, you idiot. And I said, you're putting this guy, an innocent person, name out there. And this is a genuinely mentally ill guy. I'm gonna rinse that fucking dwarf, that midget. Okay. Right, let's catch up with this, man. Well, Tanner's not a nonce. They just want rid of him. Of course, he did shit it when alleged BGS followed him. I was like, I don't know if it's him because it was other voices before. It did sound like Billy Joel. And what's his name? Tyan knows who Billy Joel is. He's got his number, right? He was being I don't know, man. I think Billy Joel's his friend. He listened to him. I don't think he's shitted. If you listen to his old videos, he crushes all the people that have gone for him and exposes them as being hypocrites. Eddie Hearn with a nonce dad, who had 5 numbers in Jeffrey Epstein's book and has flown to Epstein's island. Yeah, and Hearn's getting all upset. Hearn defending Conor Ben, the drug cheat, and defending Dillian White for accusing Macaulay of being a nonce, even though there's no evidence. So he crushed these pussy holes. Cam, Sonny the Grass Edwards, yeah. His family, right? So one of my fans, I wasn't going to say this, reveal this before, but I will now. He's a fucking pussy hole. I'm coming up to see you, Sonny. I know where you are, man. I know where you are on the 27th. I'm coming up to see you, pussy hole. Now listen to me, bitch. I'm gonna Sonny Showtime Edwards. Sonny the snitch Edwards. He was on the Wallingham estate in Croydon. Yeah. I got some pals that live there. And they're telling me, man, him and his family were well-known snitches. They would inform to police and stuff like that, and to local councils and shit like that. And him and his family got run out of the estate. That's why they don't live there no more. That's why Sonny run off to Sheffield. Charlie run off to Portugal. Sonny run off to Sheffield because there were grasses and they're going to get fucking dealt with. So what do you know about that? Hello, Lee talks about actually, I take Tiskisha, Shaniqua, to Sejbe sometimes to buy her a new weave at good times, very good. Coogan was in the chat live when Ty said it. Only when Sonny snitched, anything happened to right, exactly. And Sonny's such a coward. He puts things out of context. You remember when he stitched up Danny Flexen? He didn't show the conversation. I paused it. Because he went, look, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I paused it. I looked at it and I was like, they're having a normal conversation. They're having a total normal conversation. And it was clear as well that Sonny had deliberately deleted some of his sister's answers because he didn't want them to seem too pally. Like the famous in the club answer. No one randomly texts up a girl they're trying to chirp something and goes, in the club. That's an answer to a question. What was the question? She went, where are you, Danny? In the club. You see what I'm saying? He's a fucking snake and a liar. You're a fucking Showtime grass, you pussy hole. Change your name. Showtime Sonny Edwards becomes Snitch Sonny Edwards. Sonny Centre Parks, yeah, avoiding drug tests. You're saying that all people that have taken drugs should lose their license immediately. Okay? And never box again, including Conor Benn. You quickly changed that, though, when he signed to Matchroom. You deleted that, didn't you? You delete a lot, don't you, you pussy hole? And you delete fucking Danny Flex, your sister's text to Danny Flexen, yeah? And you take this stupid clip out of context just to stitch up time because you know, he showed you up, you pussy hole. Wild as ear goes. Radio Raheem's the biggest clown in boxing. Who the fuck called Radio? You know who Radio Raheem is? Have you ever seen the film Do the Right Thing? Spike Lee. Spike Lee, by the way, was also on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. That's how deep it goes. So Spike Lee did this film called Do the Right Thing. It's about a riot and all that, and in the ghetto. And this Radio Raheem's this big black guy. I forget what other films he's in, and he got a big ghetto blaster. This is back in the 80s, y'all. He got a big fucking ghetto blaster, and the police, the white policeman, puts him in a hole and stuff, and he kills Radio Raheem because they killed Radio Raheem, and that's when it goes off. That's who Radio Raheem is, not this pussy hole. Thick off. Last time I blocked me, he got Boxing King Media channel to block. Did he really? Why? I don't know. I don't speak to him, bro. I got no idea why. I got no idea. What did you have any idea what you said, blood? Sonny, it always looks like he's had an allergic reaction. Yeah, his skin don't look good, does it? Double RH25. We heard that Sonny said about autists, he needs to be cut right. Imagine that. He made fun of autistic people. Yeah. He made fun of mentally ill people that are depressed. Yeah. When he thought the Triple B was George Patel, right? That's not his full name, by the way, because I can't use his full name. I'm not going to stitch him up. But this grass, Sonny Edwards, put up the address, the name, and and he thought he was real clever, right? He goes, hey, look what I've got. He put a recording on his Twitter of a burner phone that Triple B bought, who passed to Max Jenkins, who passed up to Pussy Sonny, because Max the Pig Jenkins didn't even have the balls to ring it. It'd only been given to Max Jenkins. And Jenkins gave it to Sonny Edwards, and he called up. Of course, the number was, what's it called? He withheld his own number, and he going, hey, I've got you now. I'm like laughing. I could have slammed and rinsed that cunt. And that was 1 week before his world championship fight. I gave him a chance for a number of reasons. Because everyone's allowed a chance, and because he was getting himself in big trouble, and because, what's his face? I didn't want this innocent guy to get stitched up and caught up in it. And he had real nice messages of me, and I thought, he's human. He's all right. I let him off. I even took down some of the videos that he said upset his family. We're all going back up now, pussy hole. And the call's going up. I didn't put the call up. Someone else, I put it up on a Vocaroo without no names on it. so that I could send it to a couple of my fans, but someone must have grasped and took it off and put it up. But I'll put it up to pussy hole. Yes. Mozambique in the house. Yeah, you know this, right? Mozambique. I'm representing my roots. I don't know if you can see, but on the flag, the original flag, it had an AK-47, yeah, an AK, and a hoe. I don't mean like a sket. I mean like a hoe for, like, you know, agriculture, and an AK-47. I thought that's pretty cool. Tyan will be watching this. Remember, I hope Tyan is watching, and I'm backing him. You know, and as I said, I was going to do a video when it came out. I was like, right, I'll do a video on this, and I thought, you know what? I was like, blood clot. I didn't get around to it. I spent like 5 minutes ranting, and I was like, I'm too tired for this shit. I'm too tired. But it's kind of, you know, as I said, anyway, I would suggest Tyan don't need Triple B to back him, defend him. He's big enough, he's bright enough to do it himself, bro. Just look at his lives, and he deals with all those pussy holes. He deals with Coogan. He deals with Eddie Hearn, the worst hypocrite. He deals with Sonny Showtime, the snitch Edwards. And the other pussy hole, what's her name? I don't know, some other pussy hole whose name I've forgotten. But yeah. Eddie Hearn with the Epstein, yeah. Coogan taking drug money, murderers' money. Do you know how much damage cocaine does to Bolivia? Not just the people who are addicted to it, by the way, who get addicted to it and their lives get ruined. It's got a super high suicide rate. If you go back to where it's produced in Bolivia or Colombia, all these places, it wrecks the environment. The local farmers can't grow things like coffee. They have to grow that. They pour chemicals in the Amazon. They ruin everything. And then there's all the murders that come with it. But Showtime, the snitch, Sonny Edwards, got no problem with that. You got no problem with that at all. But if you say one thing on a live that's a bit off color, no, you deserve to be killed. You fucking grass. And Coogan taking money as well, and cancelling his own friend and stitching his friend up for money. Eddie Hearn with his dad flying over to Jeffrey Epstein's island. Gee, I wonder what he got up to there. Nonce. He's the real nonce. Bang Daddy Paddy. Triple will take Sonny's pride May 27th. Yeah, I'm going to see you, Sonny. I'm going to see you. You can bring your boyfriend as well. What's his fucking name? That bum. What's that bum called? Forgot his name. That bum you always hang around with to protect you. Anyone knows Tyler's channel was shut down the minute he mentioned Baz Epstein. Too close to the truth. Interesting. There we go. Mickey Theo. As I said, Sonny is the grass from Wellington Estate. His family were chased out of that. Wellington Estate recorded because they were grasses, police grasses, and grasses to the council. And that's why Sonny went to Sheffield. And Charlie went to Portugal. Stop talking about my hands. Can't you black out your hands next time? It's like Michael Jackson without the talent. Yeah, that's fairly funny. Get down. I just want to. Kumshot Shimaya. That's a pretty gross name, man. But yeah, he's ugly, man, Shimaya. But good fighter. I've got Sonny's mum's social argument friends. Fucking knows, man. Thank you. Some guy, Spike Lee and Chris Tucker were the two diversity hires at Epstein Islands. There was loads of others. Didn't Obama go there, man? My boy Nadav Drew in the house. Thank you for all the cash apps you give me. Nadav's in the top 5 of donators to this channel. Thank you, brother. She'll be in the house. The Sonny Edwards call was legendary. You faced him down and took him out. Yeah, he got so pissed off he smashed his phone. All I did, he rang up. He goes, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? I know who you are," and all this stuff. I was like, "Sonny Edwards, is that you?" He goes, pause. Why would Sonny Edwards be calling you? And I said, "I know it's you, you pussy hole. I can recognize that fucking weasel voice." Anyway, it's funny, man. Someone else put it up, but it's getting hot in here, bruv. Poor Tyan, they're trying to nonce him out. They can't cancel the uncancelable. Well, you know what? I was like, shit, man, this is going to cause Tyan some problems. But listen, like I said, you look at his live, and he puts everyone straight. And, you know, of course he's not a fucking nonce. And all these other boxers are climbing out like Ahara Davis. Oh, you knew he was a nonce. He's not a fucking eBay, the off-color joke. There's worse jokes than that on your TV every night. Now, the only thing I will say is that, like, okay, it was about a real person's baby. And obviously Coogan a bit unhappy at that. I understand that. But is Coogan unhappy about all the environments he's ruined, the farmers' lives he's ruined, the people's lives he's ruined, being killed, the drug addicts sniffing coke, the people that have been whacked? Is he worried about poor James Helder? James Helder's got a kid. He can't put food on the table now because that snake signed James Helder's steak away. What do you know about that, homeboy? Pussy hole. RH21, this is epic. Thank you, brother. Thanks. Why does he? Sonny, he's got little man syndrome. He's insecure, even though he's world champion. He doesn't want to feel battered. Yeah, of course. On May 27th, he's going to get battered. Pickle says, congrats on hitting 5K subs. Yeah, I thought I'd be, I don't know. I think it's quite limited. I thought I'd do 5K earlier, but I stopped doing videos and, but I get shadow banned too. But thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Got more personalities as Anthony Joshua than the real Anthony Joshua. Don't shop at their shots, blood. Innit? Don't shop at their shot. Oh, JS says, Sonny looks like the goldfish I just buried, man. I'm sorry for your goldfish, man. I love animals, I love animals. Yeah. Some guy says, Coke has ruined loads of mates' lives, turned them into feeds. Mate, like, I had a problem with the yayo. But a business partner had a problem with the yayo, ruined the business. And that's just a small thing. I've seen people, I know someone, his mother, he was a nerdy guy. His mother gave him life savings of 35K because he had this real talent in IT. It's an IT company. And he's pissed it on yayo. He sniffed it on yayo. And the suicide rate of coke addicts is really high. You see all them, what do you call them? Actors and all that, always suicide, and they always got coke habit. Yeah, Shemaev, what's up, brother? The average man over 5'7" will smash Sonny in a street fight. Well, with only 4 KOs, the average man about 5'3" probably. It's one possibility. JS says Lara's going to end Wood again. And the problem with Wood is he drops his hands. I've seen him hitting the pads, and it looks sharp, and it's hard. Remember, Tyan Booth said that Lee Wood, for his weight especially, hit the hardest of anyone he's seen on the pads, especially for that weight. But he just drops his hands, and he's asking to get hit. His chin ain't the best. I hope he wins, but I would think Lara's probably going to catch him up. Why does it? Yeah. Hearn's overreaction to what Tyan said shows he had something to hide, in my opinion. Why is Hearn even talking about it? You got asked by that pussy old Radio Raheem, who again, Tyan exposes as being his mate, who came up to him and said, I love your shit. And now he's slating him, the two-faced fucking pussy old, bug-eyed, grape-eyed pussy old Radio Raheem. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about you, bitch. He overreacted. Oh, he's terrible. Oh, what an awful thing to say. Oh, what a terrible thing to say. Yeah, but not nearly as bad. As your dad going over to Epstein's Island. What do you get up to, though? Take some pictures? Let's see some of these pictures. Maybe we've got some pictures of Clinton noncing people up. Fucking wrong, Mark. I would put you right, Mark's out of Zen. I believe the correct spelling is nonce with an S, as it is short for nonsense. How do you spell that? No, you're wrong. Nonce is something that you used to write on prisoners because not on normal courtyard exercise or something like that. Right? Because they couldn't let these guys out to go on association because they're getting battered because they're nonsense. So they had nonce written on their cell, not on normal courtyard exercise or something like that. Someone can tell me, man. Bang daddy paddy. My boy from Ireland. Sonny's been posting on Twitter all day, showing him calling Tyan Booth and Booth not answering. I haven't seen that. I'll have a look. It's possible. I'll give Sonny, he had a bit of guts. I mean, he did call a triple B. Or he thought was a triple B. But he hit his number. And he came on the chat once. You remember he came on the chat and got fucking caned like a pussyhole. I'm going to put that up as well. Again, I took that down out of kindness to you, Sonny. Because you're a grass. I'm sick of you. And you calling up Tyan Booth not answering. Possible, I don't know. But Tyan Booth called up Sonny many times on the live and he didn't answer. He called up Eddie Hearn, he called up Coogan, he called up Radio Raheem, he called up Sonny the Snitch Edwards. Yeah. None of them answered. I think it was a bit late, but Sonny stays up till late. I know because he had a conversation at 2 a.m. Litos will watch him demolish something. Of course, I'm gonna demolish. Fucking, we're not gonna have a fight anyway. But like, come on, blood. I mean, fucking, I'm 16 and a half fucking stone, bro. Sonny, bang, Sonny, boom, and what's it? That's blup. That's it. You know, even in sparring, you know, you just wait. He'll do his stupid stuff, moving around. Just wait till you come across, pop. He's going over, man. If he does hit you, he's had 4 KOs in his life against 8 stone men. He's a pussy old man. Some guy said, well, looks like a young Gary. Oh, poor fucking Wood, man. I suppose he slightly. Ishmael Ahmed. Hello, brother. Welcome. Thoughts of Son Edward saying you can take Conor Ben 12 rounds. I thought, come on, did he say that? He's a fucking deluded idiot. There's also this thing, right? I saw Sonny put it on his Twitter, and he's got like Devin Haney. So again, being interviewed by some huge built-up guy, right? This built-up guy, so I could beat you, Devin, in a fight in the street. Haney's like, no, wait. He goes, how much do you weigh? He goes, 150 pounds. He goes, I'm like 270 pounds. Now, it's possible that Haney could chin him, but if he doesn't hit him right, he's taken him down. And Sonny was getting as if Devin Haney would take you out. He can fight for 45 minutes. Look, Sonny, you fucking idiot. You've obviously never been in a street fight because you fucking grass. Street fights last about 2 seconds at the most. If whoever lands the first shot, boom, and jumps on and bats someone, usually wins the fight. You've obviously never been in a fucking street fight. I've never seen a street fight last more than like maybe 5 seconds. 5 seconds. These guys are rolling around fighting. Fucking pussy hole. It doesn't matter that Devin Haney can run around the fucking ring for 50 minutes. He's a pussy hole who can't punch like you. And you know you're just trying to back yourself. I go, oh yeah, I'm a world champion. You got beaten up by 13-year-old Bengali boys in an alleyway, bro. Huh? They dealt with you. They dealt with you, man, like a fucking chapati, man. Flattened you like a fucking chapati, you pussy hole. Oh, Mark's out of Zen is starting to get a bit fruity. Fuck off, man. Don't, you know, you're talking too much, man. I might have to put you on quiet. You know, oh, shut up. JS, Tyan knows how this box game is brilliant in the way he takes this, and he knows the ridiculousness of life and the double standards and the hypocrisy that exists in life and boxing and in the press, you know, and he pulls it out. He's like, I'm only saying what fucking after people wouldn't actually say, or you know, I'm just at the beginning you say I'm just saying what people say to their friends, but I'm saying it fucking online. And everyone, you know, like I said, watch his lives, the 2 recent lives. Sonny would bite her ankles with little rat teeth. Fuck off, Sonny. But you know, I'll be worried about the AIDS as well. You know, worried about the AIDS. That's right, Ben, my boy Ben. Nonce is not on normal cellular exercise. Okay. I thought it was Coachard. Prison abbreviation written on cell door. That's what I said. Mark's out of Zen. Stop talking, man. Say something interesting, blood. Okay, this is an interesting one. Dale Baker. Do you think Andrew Tate is an actor? Is just an actor to promote the clergy plan? It's certainly, yeah, he's bigging up. Yeah, male, strong masculinity and mixed race masculinity, yes. But there's a lot more at work. It's also to push the men-women divide and argument. He's an actor. He's purely an actor. But he's got a number. They've always got a number of different agendas here. Yeah, it's not just one. And also he's pushing the money and the materialism and pushing Islam. Yeah. Oh, he's not a Muslim. You know that. You know he's not a Muslim. You know. It's just another lie. Yeah. I mean that's part of it, but he's also pushing materialism. You know, the divide between men and women, all kinds of shit, man. He's a fake anyway. Anyone believe? You know, you just come out of nowhere and everyone's talking about him. That's not natural or organic. Some guy says Bengalis are a small bunch of people. They are, and the 13-year-old one's beat up. Showtime snitch Sonny Edwards. Thank you, Ben. Tate's dad was CIA. He admitted it. He admitted it that he was CIA. Andrew Tate admitted his dad was CIA. So what do you know about that? And he was a chess, well, I don't know how good he was, but, a chess player of some repute, allegedly. This happens all the time, man. The CIA recruit people. Have you heard of Operation Mockingbird? The CIA deliberately infested media, music, TV, everything, right? With their agents and affiliates to push what they want to push. What do you think? All these things are not organic, man. All these things you see, these musicians, hip hop, drugs. The CIA also enabled cocaine to be brought to America in large sums, made money from it, and they brought crack to the ghetto. They also brought meth to the white trash trailers. They also, there's an interview with a number of ex-Marines who were in Afghanistan. They said, "What did you do in Afghanistan?" "We were told to guard the opium fields and not to let anyone fuck with that shit." What? Come on, man. CIA were making money. They were making money from heroin. Yeah. Lead talks boxing. Henny can't punch. Yeah, he's a pussy with a huge, big nostrils like that, man. He's fucking ugly. Have you seen the recent thing on his Insta with the grill, with all his gold teeth? He don't look. He looks like a weird ancient hominid, like a Homo erectus. I'll tell you what he looks like. He's almost as ugly as this fucking cunt. See that? There's the other clown, the other grass. Look at his peanut-shaped head. Imagine having a head like that. Yeah? He's got no prefrontal lobe, right? If you look, he's got no prefrontal lobe. That's what makes us human. It gives us the ability to think about our actions, to think about the future. Yeah? But people that lack a prefrontal lobe, they just act on their animal instincts and they can't control it and they're stupid. His IQ is probably 75. And there's Showtime snitch Sonny Edwards. Hey, you're a nonce. You're a nonce. Oh, by the way, taking money from drug dealers who ruin the environment of their home countries and get people addicted and suicide. And then it's fine, but no, you can't say anything vaguely noncy. Fucking muppet. Facts Chubby. At 17, 17, 9-star fight, I had a street fight with someone who's 60 stone. I got battered. I mean, you can get guys you can't fight who are big, right? Max Jenkins is one of them, but even he's 30 stone, He'd be big enough to wrap his arms around you and just throw you on the ground, even though you can't fight. That fat idiot. Where's that fat idiot? There he is. Fat grass as well. Got me demonetized of fucking grass. Yeah. And you can't... I mean, if you got too much weight, like if you were like 12 and a half stone and you fought a 16 stone guy that can't fight, you could bat him. I batted big guys when I was 11 stone, but I've also had a couple of hidings. But and also if you can fight, I'm not saying that if you can fight and you're 16 and a half stone to some degree, you're gonna kill an 8 stone guy. My boy Adam D in the house. They tried to cancel a bunch of but he came out well. Look at his lives, man. Look at his lives. Without further ado, retro, the CIA supply the contras. Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting. And they've got all these things that will come out eventually when no one cares anymore. But, they seal all these. They seal all these missions and they don't let it come out. Haney got that bell pepper schnoz. Man, he one ugly. He looks like some kind of missing link type scenario, yeah? Sonny the Dubai porta potty enthusiast Edwards. Yeah, he's always bragging on his money. Like, what money? What money? What do you think his biggest? What do you think Sonny's biggest purse is? Right? What do you think it is? I mean, it can't be more than 50 large, which is a decent payday. But after you paid, I mean, if you had 50 grand a year, you think, yeah, that's a decent salary. But after you paid your manager, your promoter, no, not promoter, sorry, your manager, your trainer, your taxes, there's a lot less left, maybe 30. He doesn't sell any tickets. Why would you have Sonny on your show? That's why you got that pathetic, the triple world championship, the first triple world championship bill by Eddie Hearns. 2 women bills. I can't remember who they are. Ebony Bitches and someone else. And Ellie Scottney or someone. Plus Sonny Edwards. Can you imagine? I did a video about that anyway. Miss Urara is in the house. Greetings from Rehab. Thank you, Miss Urara. Yeah, I'd heard. I'm sorry to hear. Hope you're cool, man. You know what? There's always hope. It's good to see you here, man. It's good to see you here, man. Some guy says 100K tops. This is Son Edwards. Yeah, and even that, like after you've taken everything down, yeah, that's got to be 70K. And when you're pissing all your money on shit designer clothes, which some people say are fake anyway. I mean, I don't know. Has he got a house? I just there ain't no way he's got much money. And that ain't much money, man. 70K. There's not much money now. You can't buy a house with that, can you? Ah, my boy Pierce Brosnan. I did you be God save the I have hope. Child may be saved from the dark side after being imbued with holy oils and oaths of holy. We shall see. I very much doubt it. They're not even Christians. That's the funny thing. If you trace their line, they're not even Christians. They are linked to a number of religions, including Satanism, if you believe what people say. Yeah, absolutely. Good to see Missy Rora back. Yeah, Missy Rora back in the game. I hope it's okay. Is it cozy there? Have you met any good folks? I've been to rehab myself, but it wasn't a residential one. I left after 2 weeks because it was full of shit. But these stupid guys like singing the stupid AA stuff, which is a fraud. Let me tell you this, right? They did a number of studies. Now, apart from the fact that AA has a huge suicide rate, it doesn't even fucking work. You get someone who enters AA, and a year later, what is the likelihood of them being sober? 8%, right? 8%. Now, you got someone, and he has no help whatsoever, nothing at all. And he just gets sober, and what's the likelihood of staying sober? 8%. So that shows you it makes no difference. And people get horses for courses, it works for some. Also, it kills a fuck of a lot of people. Anyway. Some guy said he gets 10K for a weekend with his shakes shitting on him. Yeah, man. I mean, ain't that the truth? All right, I just have to say some thank you. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Got my boy Nadav Drew in the house. We saw it. Thank you very much, brother. £10. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. N-word. Actually, I can say it because I'm from Mozambique. But, keep faith, Negro. Shit. And my boy Shane Bongos with the very dubious £6.66. He goes for half is from Sly Teen. Thank you, Sly Teen. I know you guys are pals. It's great to have you here as usual. Sly, I hope you're bringing the money in. I wish nothing but goodness for me funds. Lee talks oil drilling. Sunday makes around a tenner of fight on Provenum shows on YouTube at Flyway. I mean, that's true. Missy says, private rehab, beautiful room, smart TV, en suite. The others are AA meeting. I'm staying in my room. Yeah, I mean, I think A is a joke, and it's based on real false premises. It was made up by a bunch of secret society people, by the way. That's why they got that, haven't they? Huh? The sign is that, isn't it? Right? So what do you know about that? And all the kind of greater power thing, that's another Freemason thing. There's a higher power. They won't tell you what it is. Actually, Freemasonry, it's Lucifer. But the only good thing about AA, I'll say, if you ignore all the stupid steps and all that, it can give you, it's free. It's free. It can give you a bit of time to get stuff off your chest for 5 minutes in front of people. That's okay, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't work. I believe, says Pierce Brosnan, the king spirit, that is God, said can change the lowliest of kings' minds. Mm-hmm. It depends on if Charles takes it or rejects it, falls back on policy. That's a very good point. No matter how dark the person's life, what they've done, they can still be saved. The light is that bright, right? That bright. But it is hard when you've gone down the evil path so much. King Charles, Vlad the Impaler did. He made a joke about it. But there's a lot more. Apparently, the Queen is related, which would make him as well, a descendant of Muhammad, which is quite weird. We got the Vlad the Impaler for inventing kebabs. Yeah. I love a kebab. I had a kebab for a bit, you know what I'm saying? I've been eating more or less a lot, but healthy. Being healthy. I've been going down to the gym. What else? Yeah, man. I'm getting ready. I need to train because Chubby gonna show up at the next Sonny Edwards fight, the biggest troll in history. Yeah, as long as it's not in Saudi or Dubai, because he gets extra money if he goes there because the sheiks shit on him, porta potty, yeah, and he gets paid. That's why he makes more money. You know, I was gonna do I tried to because of the nonce theme going on in boxing. I was going to wear my Jimmy Savile outfit, but it's so whack that all I got is a whack cigar and a blonde wig that doesn't look anything like Jimmy Savile. So I came as Mozambique, Ngubo and Puto Maputo. Shane Murphy says Prince Patel would beat Sonny. The problem depends on what weight. Pierce Brosnan looking swole, Triple B. Do you think so? No. Bang! Guy, Sonny, bang! Sonny, what's up? Bang! That's how it works out. We just saw you getting against steroids from Kell Brook. Kell Brook was more ripped. I think he must have been using clenbuterol. Same guy. Everyone in Europe and the Middle East is direct descendant of Muhammad, apparently. Yeah, is it one of them ones where everyone's a descendant of Genghis Khan? Genghis Khan as well. Genghis Khan, yeah. They always make this shit up, man. I don't believe all that shit. Bang daddy, buddy. Should be shoulders looking like boulders. He's on the egg diet. Well, you know, thank you. It sounds you forgot to say no homo. When you're gonna say shit like that, you always have to say no homo. But thank you, brother. Priscilla stinking Pajit, you couldn't do anything. He's got a bit of character. He's quite fun. I give Patel this. Right when he got dropped by Warren, he went out all around the world, and who else would do that for all around the world? Okay, you say they're rubbish titles, but he won the Commonwealth and stuff. You know, must have funded himself to fight in all these places. Right? So I give him a lot of credit for doing that. Most people wouldn't do that. They'd be like, they would go to small shows in the UK, and so I give him credit. I think Sonny would just run, and I don't think Prince hits hard enough to take out Sonny. But you know, I'd watch that fight, man. Maybe I'll go to that fight. Yep. Again, thanks. I need to always check if I've got any more cash apps in the motherfucking house. Like I said, thanks to Nadav give a lot of funding to the Triple B. And I have my boy, of course, my boy Shane Mongers is always on it, blood. You remember Bill the Kill? He's got it. Anyone talk to him? He used to be on these all the time, and he'd give me a lot of cash money too. Dennis Backdov, he was a good journeyman. You're going to get some visitors around your house with that thumbnail. Why? Well, why? Well, they're going to be the same visitors that tried to dox me. Was it never been a good Indian boxer? Never. I don't think the genetics are predisposed towards boxing. There's not a big boxing scene in India as well, and I don't think the diet's that good. So it's a number of things. But even when they got guys from I mean, let's say Pakistan is, you know, used to be part of India, right? So Amir Khan, who had something, but he was so chinny as well, yeah. So Dennis Baktov, they're trying to make me scared. Tyan realized this. So let's have Dennis Baktov said previously, is Tyan linked with DK? Well, yeah, he was. I assume he still is. I don't know. I mean, well, I don't. You know, to try. I mean, honestly, I think DK has probably got a lot more better things than to go after YouTubers. Shane Morgan's off to Ethiopia for some oil drilling. When they go to Eritrea, you can link up with Emperor. The Emperor Michael. Emperor's disappeared. You know what? He wanted to do a bit more like work together. I said, yeah, we will in good time. But this is a Triple B show. It can't be purely, you know what I'm saying? You know, I give you like 3 shows to be on. So I want to get remonetized before I really push the channel, man. I've lost so much money because that disgusting fat pink pig. And I bet Egrass as well, because he's friends of the pink pig, right? The pink pig gave Sonny the number, which is a burner number that only gave to the pink pig. Well, he denied it was him. No. He had a fake email, which I then linked back to him. Stupid idiot. But yeah, so they're pals. So I think they both grassed up the channel. Scumbags. Coogan will never threaten Patel. If he's close to his own size, Coogan is a pussy hole. The worst pussy hole. Ricky Hatton's bodyguard, my ass. No one's talked about. This is one of the funniest things I saw. What's his name? Eddie Hearn saying to Radio Raheem that he was going to come round Tyan Booth's house. What a fucking mug. Yeah? Why don't you go around your daddy's house, man? Oh, by the way, yeah, let me give you a little clue. I haven't put it up, right? I've got it saved. Go and have a look at Barry Hearn's Twitter and look at the pictures. You'll find something very, very creepy. Okay. But yeah, Eddie Hearn saying he's going to, the police will have to get involved. And it turns out, I would knock you the fuck out, man. You liar with his, what is it? He's got 4 wins and 3 KOs as a heavyweight. No record of this, no car, no record of being a Billericay, no film, no photos. If you're a super heavyweight and you got 4 wins and 3 KOs, you enter the novices straight up. I mean, you're being talked about. He's such a fucking liar, man. What is it? I reckon Barry Hearn will sign Bakoli at some point to have so much in common. I don't know what the Bakoli thing is because he put something weird up on his Twitter, but allegedly he says he was trying to, what's the word? I mean, you don't know, right? He might have uploaded it by mistake off his own phone, but he said he was trying to expose someone doing bad things. I don't know, man. There's something weird going on. I don't know. Pierce Brosnan. Could Tyan take Eddie Hearns on the streets if he comes knocking? Yeah, Tyan's like 14 stone, I reckon. He's 6'2". Eddie's about, 6'4"? But he's never boxed. You know, people got to remember as well, Tyan's got heart. Yeah, because, you know, you see him not only being a pro boxer, but taking fights at the last minute all the time against prospects. You know, you got to have heart to do that, yeah? And for not very much money. And also, you can see he's got balls because he doesn't mind calling people out. He got heart, man. He would climb all over Eddie Hearns and batter him. Hearns would go, stop. You know. I mean, I seen Hearns beating up that fat guy who's oil drilling Chris Eubank's daughter. What's his name? Frank Smith? Is that the right guy? Whatever. And he batters him. I mean, obviously, Hearns gonna know. He's obviously lying about being a 4-0 Iceman super heavyweight killer from Billericay, right? The pussy hole. But, you know, he's been around boxing. I'm sure he can throw a punch too. But Tyan's a pro. He'll be 14.5 stone. He'll climb all over him. And, yeah, he would batter Eddie Hearns, man. Of course, man. Shane, Tribby, I met a nice Ukrainian girl. You've been one. Should I have a go? Yeah, what do you mean have a go? What, on her? I mean, be respectful, man. Take her out and be nice. Yeah. Have I been with a Ukrainian? Damn. When I was at my peak, there weren't that many Eastern Europeans in Western Europe. I'd done a Russian, a couple of Polish girls, a couple of Polish girls, maybe an East German, but it wasn't East Germany then. Yeah, I haven't done that many. I think maybe, yeah. I can't think, but I don't think I've done a Ukrainian. I think one of them, maybe the Russian girl has half and half. I seem to remember. But yeah, I haven't done much Eastern European or drilling. I mean, not Eastern European drilling. There must be more than, I must have done a few Polish girls. Must be more than that. 4 or 5 Polish girls, a Russian girl, a half Polish, half Russian, something like that. But, is that Sonny from the Machinist? It's not, but he's got the same sort of body. But he might as well be. He'd do that well. He wouldn't have to act that much. JS Povetkin in his prime was brilliant, wasn't he? Yeah, I mean he was good. He was just too small for the modern heavyweights. That's probably Gay J's best win, I'd say, against Povetkin. The Pete Townsend defense from Bakoli. Yeah, that Pete Townsend, that nonsense who I was investigating. Isn't that weird? They let him off. If that was a normal person, do you think they'd let him off? He had loads of underage pornography, right, on his hard drive, and browsing history and stuff. But he got let off. Now, do you really think that a normal person would have been let off? No, man. Obviously a nonce. The thing is, all these guys that are linked, that are high in entertainment industry. They all got powerful friends, and they all look after them. They're all part of the same tribe, if you like. It's all part of. None of these things are separate, man. Eddie Hunt dropped a log when Chisora put him on at the White Press conference. What did he do? Was that when he threw the table over? No. I mean, Chisora is probably quite an intimidating guy. He's over 18 stone of aggressive Zimbabwean heavyweight. So, you know, I mean, yeah, what is it? And he was scared was scared to shoot him in bed. Was it Eddie he said that to? I thought he said that to David Haven. He goes, I will physically shoot you. I mean, Chisora, to be fair, could be quite intimidating, you know, I think. Some guy goes, I banged a Russian by Lithuanian. The East European women are very pretty, man. The men are just Slav drilling, yeah. Slavic drilling. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Slovakian women, ladies are the easiest to bed. I thought probably the Polish were, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sure I can't just be doing that few numbers of Eastern European girls. But this is back in you remember, I'm being out of the game now anyway. If I were back in the game, I would have all the Eastern European races would have been nailed. But I don't do that no more. Them South African birds have a nice voice. Can you hear the birds? I love the birds, man. Lee talks boxing. I want to be another Eastern Europe person. Why? What are your reasons, bro? Just out of interest. D. Hey, buddy. What up, bro? I hope you're all right, man. Lee talks Slav drilling. Povetkin was 39 when Gej beat him. The Gej can only beat bums and old men. It's proven. Yeah, he was old. Yeah. Piss Bros and Romanians are taking on prostitute market in the UK. I mean, yeah, it's nuts, man. It's like, Romanians. I went on a date with a Romanian girl a few years ago, but she was very what's it called, European looking, because they can be quite Romany looking, some of them. But yeah, I mean, all the hoes that Tyan Booth. I mean, I don't believe in hoeing. I'm a Christian. I don't believe in that stuff no more. But all the girls that Tyan gets on what's it called, whatever it is, that whole site, gets them on board. They always seem to be East European. A brain damage to a South African is scary to anyone who is psycho into what Chisora. Yeah, man. Detox boxing. I'm glad David Gay battered Chisora. At the time, yeah. I mean, Chisora spoke too much, and he's been brain damaged for years. Though. I mean, you remember the battering that Vitali gave him. The battering that Vitali gave Chisora, man. He's taken a lot of punches, man. You see him speaking now, bro. It's no good, man. It's no good. Yes, Chisora is real. That's why I like him. He's on AJ's dick too much. Still loves the money. Yeah, he wants another fight. I mean, can't believe it'll happen. But how much money? I mean, you can always make more money, right? People say, how much more money do you need? How much more? Well, you know, there's billionaires out there who want more. But it's not about that. They're getting his brain. He's getting his brain battered. I mean, come on, bro. What is he? 38? Come on, man. Wild as here. Hey. And Chisora is the strangest friendships in boxing. It is one of the strangest. But do you know they indulge in some kind of batty business? You know that. You remember the weird pictures that came out? It is very strange. Very strange. Very, very strange. Derek Charitz. I love Juvenile. I love these names. Coming at you in an alleyway. You're going to have to JCVD spinning kick in the throat. Yeah, man. Do you know, in martial arts, I used to believe all that stupid shit as well, man. I believed that my sensei, even though he was 58, 5'7", and about 14 stone, but fat, could take out Tyson. That's how fucking, deluded I was. The old martial arts, people still believe that shit. I'm talking to some old Hapkido guy, and he's like 70, and I'm just like, he said he never had a fight. I go, how do you know any of your stupid shit works? He goes, I just got faith in these moves. I'm like, you get fucking destroyed, blood. Anyway, forget it, man. Leader like Slavs, they're not talking enough. Yeah. You know, let me tell you about when Derek the first fight. I don't have one fight. The Hayes Zora thing was one of the maddest things. You remember when he glossed me. He glossed me. That was nuts. And he attacks. He attacks. I mean, those great poles, yeah, that had a camera on it. They're really heavy, by the way. And he smashed it. And he hit his own fucking trainer, the fruity Anna Booth. And Booth's going around with blood all over his fucking face. And he's out of it by then. He doesn't know what's fucking going on. He's trying to calm everything down. That was one of the maddest fucking shit I'd ever seen. But that fight, they agreed. They actually said, you know, they weren't fighting on the British license where they said, we can take whatever we want. And they're all juicing now anyway. We know that. Henry Armstrong say, my mate married a Slovak, takes her an hour to vacuum. Takes an hour to vacuum the flat. I knew there was a joke there. Slovakia. I get it. Yep. He admitted he swings both ways. Yeah, he said in that interview, Vitaly, he swing both ways. Elite Talks Boxing. So you asked about East Europeans. They're two different. I couldn't really identify her, just my opinion. Yeah, do you know, like the thing is about, you know, there's some interest in getting together with someone who's different, you know, has different background, lifestyle. But, you know, when the Triple B was in his prime, you know, the going out with I went out with a lot of Scandinavian women. And blood clot, they were dry, bro. Dry. Like, and I didn't find them interesting. They were beautiful. I say they're like a Ming Dynasty vase, where they look so great. They look so beautiful, intricate from the outside, and inside is empty. There's nothing there. And they were too right on and boring. They had no controversial opinions. Everything was what they were expected to say. And like, so who else? Yeah, I mean, if you're brought up in a different country, then you absorb the culture, and it's different. Like, you know, even before all the Poles came to the UK, I nailed a couple of Polish girls, but they were brought up in the UK, so it's a bit different. And I get that. If there's too much separation, it can be a bit interesting to start off with, but eventually it gets in the way. Actually, you know, I would have most. Yeah, I think all the best girls I went out with are all brought up in the UK. All of them. They had other bloods in them. Some of them. But they're all brought up in the UK. Definitely, I agree with that. And, you know, the families get on. They've got similar tastes and cultures. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think Romania was the only place blood. Lee Talks Boxing. David Hayes, underrated fighter, one of the greatest fighters in the UK ever. Really? Do you mean that? I think he was very exciting. No doubt, and a big hitter. I don't know how hard and when he got on the juice. I didn't rate him as a heavyweight. Although, you know, beating Valloev, he ran. I thought Valloev won that, but he almost put over Valloev, which is amazing. I don't rate him that much, man. As highly as Yuli. Wilder's ear. LB's Haney has the biggest loss. I mean, imagine if they had a child, man, and who knows what can go on these days. Steven Seagal would clear out the heavyweight division, yeah. You know, like, but I believe all that shit because I knew nothing. And to be honest, I do think Bruce Lee could fight because he was really fast, good hitter. But you know, the idea of him fucking having a chance against Mike Tyson is just fucking crazy, man. Ismail Ahmed, hello, brother. I pray Haney loses to Loma. Yeah, and Loma's supremely underrated. He would have been one of the best boxers ever, but he went pro late. Okay, and look at him. Just look at him next to the guys he fights. He's in way too big a division. I've never seen a guy with his skills and movements, and he stopped people, even though you can see he's not a puncher with his little shoulders and his little arms. He really is one of the best ever. It's just he won't be remembered as such as a pro, unfortunately. The 1-inch death punch, yeah. I believe that shit. And I bought a book on ninjas, and they got an American ninja to train as a ninja, and they say how they learn how that they can walk. Yeah, they can walk on the street at night in the same way that a dog would. So anyone who fought as an animal, they would make little noises, woo, woo, and climb up drain pipes. You know, just fucking bullshit, man. He glassed me. It's a fucking. I mean, yeah, he's given us some entertainment, but I don't know, man. Sometimes he's been really based, to be honest with you, but I don't agree with the swing both ways stuff, and you know. He broke Don Charles's jaw. When was that? Don Charles was Chizora's trainer. What? Then I can't remember that. Did he really break his jaw? Okay. Fucking right, man. Too right. The Juggernaut going China. Is the Juggernaut going China? If so, how does he get on? Big up the props department for tonight's show. Thank you, my brother. And we've got Mozambique. I've got it written on the back as well. Triple B. Can you see that? Yeah, I see the Triple B written on the back of Mozambique. I don't know about that. I haven't heard about that fight. I mean, has he? I mean, he's got to ask for the rematch clause to be what's it called? Whatever, put into action, right? I make hair live on Nuggets Fury 2013. Yes, Fury's coming off being dropped by Cunningham. Hair's faster and more power. Yes, and he had that big overhand right. I remember talking to people in the gym, and I said, I just think Hayes going to clock him with the overhand right on it, like Cunningham. But the fact that Hay bottled it twice, you know, and Tyson got into his head. Vladimir also got into Hayes' head. What was weird about that fight? Both of them were regarded as chinny. You understand me? But both of them took really big shots off each other. It was weird, man. Agreed, Loma's great. Yep, and he won't be remembered as such. Savage Gentleman, what up, my brother? Good to see you. My girlfriend is from South America. I'm not in the basement. Yeah. My girlfriend in South America, her grandfather abandoned the land and left when Stalin took over. Once she told me how much she hates the tribe and the communists, it was love. My girlfriend's from South America. Grandfather abandoned. Oh, what? So he moved from Russia to South America. Where did he move? I didn't know the Russians moved a lot to South America. I'm guessing Argentina, Brazil, somewhere like that. James, blood clot. Just randomly. You don't need to identify women if you Ted Bundy, then that's for damn sure as mustard. Okay, let's look at Dave. Dave MC Esquire. Oh, Juggernaut Child. I don't know about that, bro. Sorry. I messed up. James Burrell. I was going to answer James Burrell. There's something to the ninja business. Have you seen parkour? More about acrobatics? Parkour's nuts, man. The stuff they do. Yeah. Okay, I get that. It's crazy. But I think they're like mysterious. You can't be beaten shit and in any way you're just a killer. I mean, also the parkour is the amount of time they have to take learning to do this stuff. And what about, ninjas got like all these other skills, man. Poison darts, kung fu. Well, not kung fu. It's Japanese fighting skills. Whoa! They'd have all these stupid like moves where like, if someone attacks you with a knife, you block it and go, whoa, and you kill them with one punch. Come on, bro. If you come out with your knife, you get the fuck out of there, man. D. David Hay conned the British public. His fights against the Scouts twat. Remember what he said twice? Bet on me. Yeah. That was disappointing. He was injured. He took the money. I mean, yeah, Sam. I need to speak to Sam sort of see what's going on. I haven't spoken to him for a bit. You know what I'm saying, man? But yeah. Sam likes brown meat. It might be a bit too dark for Mozambique. I don't know. Without further ado, when he glassed Derek, he broke Don Charles's jaw. That's why it was so mad when he promoted Derek. I think Don Charles almost left Derek over that. And they did leave him. He's a funny character, Don Charles. He was like a Eubank character, quite posh, wasn't he? He was also a pro, but I think he lost four fights. He broke what? So when he smashed with a bottle, when he smashed Chisora, you're saying that broke Don Charles's jaw. How did that work out? I can't remember that. I'm going to look it up, but after this. Go over John Ryder to tie against Canelo, by the way. Canelo's a pathetic fraud. Yeah, he is. I knew there was a lot of money there, but does fucking Canelo really need John Ryder to take a dive? Ryder's got better since he started roiding, which is not really a surprise. As I told you, when I was doing D-ball, man, fuck me, man. everything improved, like the speed, the recovery, the power. I even did I just sparred once in the gym, and I was like, my chin it improves your chin. That's why you get all these guys at Holyfield on the right PEDs. They just don't get knocked out. That's why Hayes' chin improved when he went up in weight. You remember he was dropped by like super middleweights. He got knocked out in one round by Jim Twite with a jab, right? And then he's taking Vladimir's best shots. My born backs, my man. I've been there since the Sam Stroller days. You get me, BBC. Do you mean Triple B, not BBC? Hopefully, good on you, brother. As usually, my boy, he uses Tycena and he uses Boxing Fan. It's usually him, my man's. Where are you, brother? I think Royder has a good chance if it's real. I mean, some guy parkour some death with shit. I mean, it's amazing. To be honest, it's amazing, that stuff. I don't like no heights. Some of the stuff they do is simply just, I feel sick watching it, man. These guys are crazy. Slatine remind me of Colonel Gaddafi. Colonel Gaddafi. You mean the guy who provided free, what did he get? 50 grand if you get married, free lectures but he wanted to start a new currency, didn't he? And he kind of fucked him up. But yeah, I have an actual Gaddafi suit that I've worn before. Slatine, you should have been watching, man. You've been watching my lives. You'd see me. Fury means the big bang. Needs to happen as soon as possible. Otherwise, Fury should retire. So he's going to fight Zelensky's boyfriend. Yeah, we need. I'm sick of even talking about Fury. You know, PW. Another one is Gaddafi. Big up. Yeah, I do big up Gaddafi. Another guy who's, I don't know. Some people say he was CIA asset and he outlived his, but he stepped over. See, if you can be CIA asset, but you step over the line and you do something wrong, they'll fucking whack you, man. Osama bin Laden was a CIA asset. Not that bin Laden, under no circumstances, anyone with a brain believed that a guy with a failing kidney in a cave 100 meters down could organize something like that. Jim McDonald says, Tyan is no nonce, so he is, fellas. No, he's not at all. I mean, it's just stupid to even pretend that. Without further ado, there's a scuffle off the glass scene. That's when Don's jaw was broken. Yeah, I had to re-look at that. That was a mad days, bro. Mad days. John Ryder says Lee Talks boxing is actually really good underrated fight, in my opinion. You get stopped by Nick Blackwell. Canelo wouldn't beat him in a real fight. I don't know, man. I don't think. Listen, Canelo's not. I remember when I see him as like a welterweight, like middleweight. I didn't even think he'd win a world title. I think he'd fight for him. I didn't think he was that good. He's just a cash cow, but I don't know if things are as fixed as that. Pierce Brosnan says Canelo literally has a Freemason image with his company logo on his gloves. Could it be more? Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man. It's so obvious the thing, you know. Holyfield looked more juiced than the liver. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. And I remember meeting a guy behind door, and he was like going, "I'm more naive than you." Were like going, "He go. Holyfield's done so much drugs, his head has changed," and it's true. Because the bones, the HGH, took a lot of HGH, and no one until Gay J. I don't think anyone juiced as hard as Holyfield, and it makes your chin better, your determination better. That cheating piece of shit, Holyfield. Yes, R.I.P. Gaddafi. Yes. Savage gentleman. Triple B. Lots of Germans and Slavics moved to Argentina and Paraguay then. Yeah, I knew the Germans. I didn't realize the Slavics as well, man. There's a really interesting book. I've been reading a lot of interesting books. There's Lost White Tribes. I think I spoke about it before, about these little enclaves. Some of them are mixed, like the Montserrat Irish, and there's whites in Sri Lanka. Obviously not Coogan. Coogan's... yeah, obviously not Coogan's tribe, but and these little enclaves, or was it? Maybe it was. What's that place in India where all the hippies go? Starts with G. Anyway, whatever. It's got all these enclaves. Some of them mixed a bit with the locals. Some of them just stayed completely. Like they got these blonde German tribes in Argentina. It's fascinating. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh shit, I forgot about the fucking Oh, it sounds. Well, I can't bother to go and look for the. I can't bother to go and look for the stream. You know. Polo, if Coogan had any bullets, he'd be around Ty's house dealing with it. He hasn't got any bullets. He refused to take Tyan's calls. I mean, he might be in bed, fair enough. So, but he's well known as a coward. We're talking about Gaddafi here. Yep. When you find out the stuff around that and how certain calls were not allowed to be made and something happened to the US ambassador, it's so dark, man. Fidel was CIS and then became enemies. I didn't know that. You know, he's allegedly is. It doesn't surprise me, right? He allegedly is the father of Justin Trudeau, and there's actually evidence for this because what's his name? Trudeau's father went over. He was an older guy, right? And he was into swinging, and he had a young wife, and he used to get other guys to rump her up and stuff like that. It was sick. This sick stuff has been going on in the elite for years, blood, and and they've. Someone looked at when Trudeau would have been conceived and Mrs. Trudeau was in Cuba with Fidel. And they've also seen two pictures of them close by close and with the alleged real father. And you're like, what the blood clot? Yeah, so Trudeau is allegedly fathered by Castro. What is it? Only if it went from 6'1" to 6'3". I mean, nothing would surprise me. It was just so much. My boy Lee, mate, boxers don't even throw punches at Canelo's head, or in Callum Smith's case, they don't even throw punches at all. Some unskilled small guy. I mean, it's perfectly. I mean, like blood clot. When you're being offered, like, you can have 15 million but throw the fight, or you can go and fight for 100 grand. Well, whatever. Yeah, I guess. Alex Pelotti's in the house. Says lols. Adam D, Goa is exactly what I was talking about. Goa. Yeah, he's lost white tribes in Goa or Sri Lanka. Yep. Lots of people saying that. I was meant to go to Goa because Portuguese, right? It was a Portuguese colony there. So you got Portuguese names, a lot of them. But I think there was a bunch of Portuguese guys that stayed there. And this guy's writing the book. He's like this white guy come up to him talking, wearing a sari and all that or whatever, and talking the local language. But it's stuck together. So, they didn't intermingle. They were completely Indian or by language and what they wore and by culture, but they just stuck to themselves. Kind of interesting, man. Friedrich Nietzsche's family members set up the original German colonies in Argentina and Colombia. That's very suspicious. Nietzsche, another degenerate liar, fake. Nietzsche and all them Freud, the nonsense they used to talk, and these are meant to be esteemed psychologists who still regarded as the fathers and Jung, the modern psychology. And you look at some of the shit they wrote. I think it was Freud who wrote that religions. He actually wrote this. Religion started as because all the young bucks, the young males, got jealous about the older male, the father figure, ruling, and they all killed him. And after they killed him, they felt guilty, and they built a totem pole. This is true. Go look at it. It's called the totem theory or something. I think it's Freud. And they built a totem pole and they all started to worship it. That's the beginnings of religion. Can anyone believe anything more fucking stupid? What, it's happened in all different places around the world? What a load of shit, man. Billy Joe called Tyan. Yeah, he did. He told him to quiet it down. They get on, their friends, That's right, same guy. Trudeau's mother was Fidel 9 months before Justin was born. Thank you. Yeah, she was over there, and there's no Mr. Trudeau. He was not there, man. Fidel Castro was Justin Trudeau with a beard, spin image. I mean, it's nuts. Have a look at it. It's nuts how much, to normies, they'll be like, oh, this is so stupid. You're a tinfoil conspiracy theorist. Tinfoil hat, all that nonsense. But when you start looking at these things, it's nuts. All these big bloodlines, they're all linked, bro. And they'll let something out. They'll let things out in the normie news and go, "Oh, it's amazing! Like Obama's family is linked to this and that and that and that and that." And you find they're all linked up, man. Because it's for a number of reasons, man. Obviously, to keep things tight and controlled is the obvious one. Those neutral boxing fans, Canelo thinking something like, "God, yeah, I mean, I've never seen that much in him." Yeah, I remember that. He couldn't hurt Matthew. But he can KO Kovalev, fix his fight. Hatton had a decent chin, actually. The small one. His brother didn't. Ricky Hatton. for me fans who suffered under COVID lockdown, we're going to do an exhibition against Marco Antonio Barrera. Fucking muppet. Meanwhile, he does an advert for the Jibber Jabberwocky with his son. You liked me with his jabs, didn't you? I put a video of it up. He's a sickener. Freud was a nonce. Yep. And they come from a family of nonces. You remember the man in McCann thing? There's Clement. Was it Clement Freud? Had a big house there, yeah, on the island, and he invited the McCanns over to chat, right? And they did, and all this kind of stuff. It's very creepy, very, very creepy. And that part's full of nonsense. Anyway, after he died, of course, he was found out to be a nonce. They all know he's a nonce when he's alive. Just they don't fucking say it, man. The people who call us conspiracy theorists point out the obvious truth, would call us liars if she said the evidence hot. The problem is these people have been so incredibly well programmed, and the brains are just they would have been programmed by anything. You let them believe anything, right? They will not accept any other possibility. It doesn't matter how much evidence you give. Don't look at this, look at that. No. They'll just turn it away and refuse to accept it. They're idiots. They got no brain. The NPCs, NPCs, non-playable characters. They've been programmed and they cannot go against their program. I've had people melt down and run off. Seriously, like NPCs when I'm having a discussion with them because I've kicked back against something that they held to be true, and I gave all the evidence. They just run off. Literally run off, man. John Podesta as well. Well, amazingly, him and his brother looked exactly like the photo fits. It's very weird, that thing. Well, you don't want to make a Tyan video or Bob for Street or serial killer. That was brilliant. No, it wasn't me, bro. No, that wasn't me, man. Lee Campbell and Hatton will become the world champion. Maybe even unified. You know what? I would have to eat my fucking hat blood, if that's true. I mean, if that happens, I would have to apologize. I mean, even with the biggest PEDs, I mean, you notice you start to stop people, right? They realize like we're not going to get our money back, yeah, on Campbell End. You know, you remember, right? Who was this walking for a second fight? Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol was a warm-up for Campbell and Hatton. That's how much they pushed that bum. And then, you know what? And then they realized this guy can't even fight. This guy can't even beat bums with no wins. And then he suddenly started to stop people, bums, but he suddenly started to stop people. He suddenly started to start punching a bit more. They decided we can't do this naturally. We're gonna have to fix every fight. Eddie Hearn, dad and nonce pass it. Hearn calls out time to the authorities. Yeah, he called for the police and the authorities to go after Tyan Booth for making an off-color stupid joke that no one would have known about. It was to 500 people, right? Until Showtime's Sonny, the snitch Edwards, right? The hypocrite, the snitch, right? And Eddie Hearn called for time to be investigated by the police and the authorities. Yet his dad was in Epstein's book, and you remember when that came out, he had a fake heart attack, didn't he? He suddenly, as if by magic, had a heart attack. Yeah. Yes. Why aren't they investigating your dad? Eddie? What's that sick picture he's got on his Twitter, by the way? What's that about? Did Billy Joel's sausages save Tyan's career? Nah, I don't. Nah, I don't think Tyan needs anyone to look after him. You know, he's big enough and bright enough to do it. And he can deal with the shit himself. That was a weird phone call. But he listened to me. He says, "Mate, I don't know. You should have taken it offline. Maybe I don't know." I might think Campbell Ends might win a British title. Come on, bro. In a fixed fight, yeah, maybe. And then they'll probably throw him in against, I don't know, someone similar to Conor Benn in £1 million pay-per-view fight. Yeah, there'll be something like that because they've got to make some money out of that useless pussy. Did you hear, Pierce? Did you hear Boxing Media's Batty vocal to Tyan soon was fantasizing to be great with a pack of suppers? No. I don't watch, some of these, I can't watch all the streams for so long, some of them, but Boxing King Media. He's really camp, isn't he? He's got real camp, like, you know, come to Pakistan on holiday and see me family. I heard about that, but I didn't know about the graping fantasy. Yeah, and Snake Plissken, triple six. Yeah, I don't know triple six, but it's your Campbell's dead out. He grew up in wealth. What do you mean dead out? Did I miss something? Boxing media is a Pakistani ex-cop from Rotherham. Really? Oh no, or you just I mean, you might be making a joke, but it kind of fits, right? Campbell and Hatton says, and Chinny Losua. They're milking it to make profit. Yeah. And they'll cash him out because they got to the point where they can't think. Yeah, definitely. But, they thought that maybe, I don't know how much you got to sign on, but then you saw how they pushed him from the beginning, right? So much. And you remember Adam Smith. We'll talk about him as well. Adam said, the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up. It reminds you of Father Ricky, doesn't it, Matthew? Fucking mug. It was so cringe. Chubby, you ever been a Sonny Edwards fan? Have you ever met a Sonny Edwards fan? So, no, I never. I mean, he gets the thing is, I'll give him this, right. He does get a lot more people talk to him that would normally, because no one would talk about a, what is he, 5'3" midget who can't punch. Yeah? But he's managed to get people talking about where he goes wrong is that he's making everyone hate him by being a grass, huh? By acting all big when you ain't got no money, you ain't got no style, ain't got no bitches. Where your bitches at? He and he's only 8, so you can't. If you act like that and you're like a middleweight, people were like, okay, he's a bit of a tool, but what middleweight walk around at 14 stone. I'm not, but when you're 8 stone, man, you probably every pub in the UK, the hardest man in the pub could smack him up. You can't. You should try and be more likable. He can be fairly funny. He can be a bit clued up. I've seen him say some red pill stuff before. He should act like that and become more likable. But he has to act like a dick and be a grass. He's not done himself any favors with his time move team. Savage Gentleman, is that true? I mean, it doesn't surprise me. They're all fucking linked. I mean, all these things, and music as well. You don't understand how deep it is, right? Of how they program you. They will do subliminal messages. They change the frequency of how music is recorded. They look at beats that affect you mentally. I mean, seriously. And NPCs will be, you're Triple B, you're fucking talking shit, as if they do that. Let's imagine, right? There wasn't a bigger agenda of programming people. It was just about making money. And you're saying that even though you're saying that, these music companies who are making billions of dollars would not try anything, sell more records. Of course they would. But they're doing that and programming people. Pierce Brosnan, what are the top 3 boxing prospects you have your eye on right now? The problem is, I can't forget when you put on a spot with these kind of questions. People say, who are your favorite fighters? I'm like, I don't know. Okay, I would say, now this is a weird one. Bakodir Zalolov, the gold medalist recently, and he's 12-0 with, I think, 12 KOs, but he's suddenly gone back to fighting amateurs. He's had like 5 amateur fights recently. I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know what's going on there. Who else? Boxing prospect, Blood Clot. I tell you, I don't know, man. Give me some names. I'll tell you what I think about them. I can't think of any apart from Jalolov. I like Richard Torres, who Jalolov knocked out flat, by the way. I think in the Worlds, and then he lost the decision. I like Richard Torres. He looks like a Tom Selleck, Magnum with a big moustache, and he's got hair like this. So I like. It's got to be the heavyweights, because there's only the real Kang has to be a heavyweight. He has to be a heavyweight, and of course Campbell Hatton. That's 3. Some guy says, no, it's true. He's a cop from Rotherham. You're fucking having a bubble. What about Thinking Media? He's a cop from Rotherham. Nah, man. Come on, bro. If you're joking. And Chinny. Why is Sonny the turd? taking the moral high ground when the degenerate, when the degen says he, good friend, okay, why don't you call Tyan out for this other stuff, Sonny mad because he exposes a cheat. Okay, bro, that's not your best your best form sentence, but I get it. I mean, yeah, he was angry against Tyan because Tyan, well, he rinsed fucking Sonny the snitch Edwards out so many times, and Sonny gets angry. You remember when he smashed his phone? It was either after I rinsed him out on the phone call or after he came on the live and he got fucking caned and he started crying and trying to explain, stitching up Danny Flexer. And so he's very emotional and so he loses it. Sonny obviously mad, yeah, angry because he got exposed for admitting that he deliberately, that's not Tyan's fault, is it? Sonny said it. He deliberately avoided a drug test by going to Center Parks. I heard the same thing about Bat King Media. He's a grass. Boxing media. And there's the respect. Dude, we're going back a bit now. Ninja's fake as fuck. It was first published in a child's book in Japan about 100 years ago. The only thing that made it popular was James Bond only lived. Really? Wow, it's amazing. Now I was thinking how shit these traditional martial arts are. They're just so whack now, you know. And I would think that, you know, with the UFC, people would know now that what works. And Aikido don't work, Taekwondo don't work, traditional karate doesn't work. Remember the guy in the first one got smashed to pieces. Jiu-jitsu does work clearly. There are elements, right? So you might say some of the kicks in karate are okay, but listen, man, hands, boxing. Kicks, mainly Thai kicks. Boom, boom, to the legs with the shins. Jiu-jitsu and wrestling on the ground, right? Elbows are like Thai things as well, aren't they, really? And then that's it, man. You know, there are no Aikido specialists that go in the UFC. I mean, Steven Seagal obviously would fuck everyone up. We all know that, but Sonny Edwards fans are just like him, 10-year-old child. He doesn't have any fans, bro. That's why he doesn't sell any tickets, man. Does not sell any tickets. Sonny got laid out by 30-year-old. Yeah, two Bengali 30-year-olds battered him like a chapati, flattened him like a chapati. Sonny lashes out at everyone because he gets abused by the big mom at home. I mean, like, yeah, he loves all drilling. I mean, she probably likes being slapped about. Boxing questions. Shane Murphy, David Morales, David Bonavides. I have to be honest, I haven't seen David Morales, so it's hard to talk about. You know, I can look at their record and make an opinion, but you really got to see someone fight before you can really have a good idea. So I can't give you an answer to that. But there's a bit of hype about Morel, but I haven't watched him fight. I don't really rate Bonavides that much. He's just very big in the weight, you know. Anthony Losso. Sonny literally called Tyan Nonce. Yep. Based on a bad joke, it's reaching too far. Now people are the wrong impression of time. Thanks to that. Yeah, a lot of people didn't even read into, know what was going on. They just, all these guys, famous boxers, Ashley Theophane, this guy needs to be leveled out. So who said someone needs to go to his house and bash it? All this kind of bullshit. Which, by the way, if you were going to talk about legal shit, it's actually incitement to violence. You're actually not. The police will just grab you for tweets, but they'll choose who they want to attack. Yeah? So if you say anything racist, they'll attack you. But if you're inciting someone to go around someone's house and hurt them, yeah, that's an incitement to violence. That's a crime. Eddie Hearn could be done for that, an incitement to violence. He's talking about going around to his house. Huh? Someone has printed the address, town address, yeah? So you got to think about that. And all these pussyholes talking don't know the story. They don't know the background. And yes, it's just Sonny, just like he did with Danny Flexen, stitching someone up, pretending they're a nonce, trying to get them attacked because they don't like him, because he's a grass and a pussyhole. And he got chased out of the Wallingham estate on Croydon because his family were a bunch of grasses. That's why he went to Sheffield. What do you know about that, homeboy? Fucking grass. Yeah, it's the government experts. Inverted commas came out tomorrow and said the sky is made of candy floss. They would believe it. Yeah, I mean, it's nuts how people will just believe. Even like some people, and I'll just explain to them. But remember, there's conspiracies that come true, like Jimmy Savile being a nonce. You remember, people are like, oh, but you did somewhat charity. If you told them, most people knew from the 70s, but if you told people that, the NPCs, they'd be like, no, he does so much for charity. How dare you say that? No one does as much for charity as our Jimmy. And of course, he came out, he was a nonce. What about the weapons of mass destruction? A lot of people were saying, it's funny because conspiracy theories used to be more left wing, but now they are the NPCs. Yeah. And people were saying, you know, from traditionally the left wing was saying, there's no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. What happened? Zero. And they used to tell us that there was a fucking fake lakes that would open up and missiles would come, nuclear missiles would come out. Imagine trying to pretend an Iraqi could build that. But like, you know, some real James Bond bullshit. But people, if they read it in the papers, they believe it. They're fucking retards, man. I was fucking sick of it. But that's the problem. His personality is what's poor. If he'd made himself more likable, you know, and had a joke with people instead of acting like a prick. Sonny the Snitch Edwards. That's all there is to it. Hey, see what he does. What's up, Ricky, bro? Your mate from Belfast saw this. Hey, is Ken from Northern Ireland still around? So he is. Yeah, poor old Ken. Apparently Ken had the ump because I made one video like dissing him and he didn't want to be online anymore. Well, come on, I like Ken. I don't know. Oh, is he still around? You're talking about Anthony Losswood's passing and Isaac Lowe. Yeah, Isaac Lowe, like Tyson's little pet goblin. You know, it's like Cigarette Robertson used to have like a pet dwarf. He'd bring on tour with him. That's what Isaac Lowe is. I forgot about that. They turned Sean Connery into a Japanese. Yeah, you only lived twice. I forgot that. The best ninja that's ever lived. Yeah. Ishmael, hey, what's up, brother? Should be 84 kilos, 6'4". Is that a healthy weight? Yeah. What's 84 kilos? That's like you're above a light heavyweight. That's what, 13 stone, something like that. Yeah, it depends what your body shape is, bro. If it's a big belly, no. If it's muscles, yeah, very much so, man. But I'm no expert on fitness training. I'm just trying to cut behind. I want to get. Yeah, man. Anybody want to give some boxing talk? Ah, Stuart does, yeah. I like Ken from Northern Ireland, but me and him are like Southpaw's Orthodox. Again, brother, you need to like proofread this shit. I don't know what you're talking about. I still don't know what you're talking about, blood. But what fights are there coming up, man? What fights are there coming up? Is the Boatsi's on tonight, right? I just, you know what? I can't be bothered. Wait, I've got some love. I've got some love on the Cash App. People have been very generous tonight. I got some love. Sonny Edwards, the GOAT. Give me Sam Stroller's number, please. Yeah, cheers, brother. I will get you Sam Stroller's number. But, you know, Sonny, Sam Stroller's into brown men, muscular brown men, like Ryan Garcia, Kell Brook, these kind of guys. I don't think he's committing to you, Sonny. You know? But he might, you know, maybe he could introduce you to some of the sisters of his brown friends. Steve Sparks Valenzuela on the Canelo Ryder Carter. Yeah, Steve Sparks. He fought that Montana Love, right? Hannah Montana Love. And I don't know what happened. He tried to throw him out the ring. I can't remember. That was wild, man. That was wild. White vs. Bacoli. At this point, I think Bacoli wins, bro. Tell Porky Sort's contact. He gets something up like 50 videos in a day. Paul delivering Dalit. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched that much Porky recently because he does do that, you know. Shane Murphy says, no super chats or cash apps. Yeah, cash apps. I've had quite a few, and I've said thanks to everybody. But super chats, I've been demonetized because of this, that, and this fucking grass. Look at the shape of his head. Imagine having a head shaped like that. Yeah? He's got no prefrontal lobe, so he can't think forward more than 10 minutes in the future. Look at this fucking idiot's face. Yeah? And that one as well. And the other grass. Yeah. So for the money, I'm demonetized. I don't get paid for none of this except for the cash apps with the funds. So thank you for everyone who's giving me cash up. But thanks, Shane. I think Where are you from, Shane? You can only give cash outs at the moment in the UK or in the United States. Not so. I've had a lot of me Irish fans. I might be meeting some of the Irish fans, by the way. Yeah. I'll be when I know more. I might be meeting some of the Irish fans for some big fights recently. Ishmael Ahmed. You found a Ben Whitaker. Do you want him to get ice? Of course I want him to get ice. He's too cocky, too arrogant. You can get away with that. Some people can get away with that stuff, but you know, the way he like refused to take his silver medal kind of thing, he got beat clearly, trying to pretend he didn't get. You know, he should have got a goal. That's bullshit. He's a cocky prick. I don't think he's that good. There's only a few guys who get away with it, you know. A few guys. Ali could, obviously, and Prince Nazim. Yeah, the punching powers there. You've seen it for yourself, got it. The speed, the accuracy. He called me a child, but he's going home knowing I'm a man and I'm going to be king. Yeah, that's the best Nazim quote. I have it on my shorts, man. I love it, man. But yeah, Ben Whitaker, he's too obnoxious. He's just too dislikable. And people say, oh, they're trying to build a character. Yeah, well, the characters have a much of a character. It's never totally removed from your real self, blood. Adam D, good question. Josh said it was Teofimo Lopez. His fight to look Taylor's going to mess up Teofimo. In the beginning, I thought Teofimo would win because he was at home, but he seems to be melting down. And then I suddenly remembered, you know, just Josh Taylor isn't exceptional at one thing, you know. So you look at him and you think, he's not that fast. He doesn't hit that hard. He can be hurt, but he's really good at a lot of things, right? So yeah, I think he'll beat Teofimo. And also, beat abroad is difficult, but yeah, he's gutsy, Taylor. He didn't look that good against Castro. I think he did the weight badly. The fight to watch as well. Castro's fighting again, right? He's fighting Dara Foley, my Irish brethren, Dara Foley. Dara's got a chance. Trust me, Dara's got a chance. I'll do a preview nearer the time. Boxing classics issue. What up, my brother? Hearn's impression of Ben Shalom made me laugh. It was I didn't see it, but actually Eddie Hearns is quite good at impressions. I'll give him that, man. I'm not a hater. What's next for the blood clot? What's next for the Jugger Chad of his broken my Emperor Ming? The Jugger Chad is. I mean, I don't think you should take the rematch. I really don't. It was very conclusive, right? The things you can do different. People talk about the weight, but you know, you should have lost so much weight. Well, I mean, surely it wouldn't make any difference. It would make him more likely to get hit fucking square in the face by the southpaw lefts. Yeah? He wouldn't have been hit any different if he weighed an extra 20 pounds more. I mean, it's just... I don't think he should rematch Ming. I mean, I was a fan of both of them. And I should have won 200 pounds. I thought I'd put on money on Ming by stoppage and by 25-1 for the first 6 rounds, but I didn't. So if you know, now I check all the time on my bets. I didn't confirm it properly. I was gutted, man. Lost 200 quid on that, but I'm still a big Jugger Chad fan. His limitations were exposed. I knew it was a dangerous fight. In my preview, I said the odds are wrong, but I still would have lent to Jugger Chad. I thought he would have stopped him late, Zhang. I don't know what you should do. I don't think you should rematch Zhang. I think Zhang should fight Fury or Usyk. Imagine that. Zhang vs Tyson Fury or Zhang vs Usyk in China. That's amazing. Amazing fight for Chinese people in the world. But the Jugger Chad has to move on. He's 37. So really, there's no easy fights left out there for Joe Joyce. He hasn't got the time, man. He's got to beat a decent guy, get back in the ratings, and try and get a title shot. I just don't think Zhang's the right one because I don't know, man. I don't know. Can he win it? He could do, but it's just too dangerous. I don't know. Who do you think he should fight? Who sent that cash up? Sonny Edwards, apparently. Stuart, your daughter's laughing his ass off. I don't know what you're laughing, but I'm glad you're laughing, fam. Anthony just said, time move content is trash usually. Well, actually, these last 2 lives got better because of the controversy. Some guy, slope forehead, that's right. Because a slope forehead means you've got no prefrontal lobe, right? And that's what makes us human. The prefrontal lobes makes us control our animal instincts and think about the future and control our emotions, and gives us consciousness. So if you have a sloping forehead, you have an underdeveloped prefrontal lobe. So you're very bad at basically being an intelligent human being. Yep, there you go. See, my boy Javon Montavious loved the 6th. Yeah, brother, you must be from the ghetto, fam. But yeah, a small prefrontal lobe, exactly. My boy Montavious loved the 6th. Spencer Friend, failed politician. He failed at everything. Comedian, pro boxer, trainer, promoter, commentator, politician. He went to local politician. What else has he failed in? Drug dealer, another one. A grass. That only thing he's been successful at is a grass. So think about that. I'd be very nervous if I was Spence. I'd be like, well, who's after me? Are we get done for money laundering? Or am I getting done by the other side for being a grass? I don't know. Sonny looks like the junkies in Train Spotting. Yeah, he's not. He does. My boy, Stu Dowes. It's like NITV and a see Irish British. I'm just fucked up at noise. But what are you talking about, fam? I'm sure you're usually more literate. Are you on the drugs? What is it? Friday at 8:40, yeah. The drugs or the drink. Spencer has some Matti business going on with Tunde. They're a bit fruity. Any truth in Max Just lap dances RVT? I think he'd do anything for money now. He's 85 grand in debt, right? For his failed gym, which he's never at. I rang his gym. I'm going to put it out at some stage. I rang his gym because after he'd been training Triple B and pretending it wasn't him, even though I linked it to him. I linked his email to him. Son Edwards admitted it was Max, and so on and so forth. And I rang the gym and said, hello, can I speak to Max Jenkins, please? And I said, oh, Max isn't it? I said, I am looking to learn some boxing. I've tried to find it and put it up. And well, he's not really around her anymore. So he's not even looking after his business. We borrowed, if you look at the company's house, he borrowed 85 grand. And it's failing, and he's not looking after his business. That's why he's trying to become a boxer, but he's a failure anyway. Do you think we could ever get the Prince Naz on? That would be an FX. Oh man, listen, man. There was no one like the Prince. He weren't the sharpest tool in the box, but I ain't never seen the cockiness, the arrogance, the speed, the power, the accuracy. And he was little, and he weren't no fucking oil painting, but still he could brag. That was a fun boxing era, man. We watched the Prince and hit the club. We'd hit the club, and I'd love to get the Prince on. He ain't gonna come on, of course, but I think he's a bit worried as well because he's put on a lot of weight. He's a bit self-conscious. But when I like it when you see a show and they've got the Prince on, he's either bragging. What did he do? He had problems. He had beef with Chris Eubank Senior. He's like, I just want to say this because about Chris Eubank Senior. He's not a fighter. I don't want him to get hurt. Yeah, that was funny, man. Lee says, I'd rather watch grass grow than if Jack Catterall's fight. I thought the Josh Taylor fight was all right, man. I thought you been a bit harsh. Lee talks boxing. Joe should step to the left if he fights again. I mean, he could win it, but he needs a trainer. How can he not know how to fight a southpaw? He was just so open for that left. If Sonny Edwards said he'd catch up. The genuine Sonny Edwards, it was actually his account. Remember when he came out here and got caned? And I didn't have to say anything. Like I wouldn't have had to say anything. Of course I did, but because he got so caned by all my fans. But yeah, he actually gave me 99p. Big up Triple, you just like Maria Motola tonight. Mozambique. Yeah, very nice. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? It says Triple B. But yeah, I'm bigging up my heritage, my Mozambique heritage. Maria Motola was a runner, right, from Mozambique, and she was, either a man or some kind of weird hermaphrodite type scenario, right? Anthony Joshua, Spencer the failure fear, and it fits well. The spirit fear. Pierce, good night, should be, and God bless. Oops, my mouse bugs me. God bless. Keep up the going. Thank you, brother. It's great to see you as usual. I'll see you soon, bro. You're going to bed early though, bro. Well, where'd you live? Maybe you live in somewhere. Maybe I got it wrong. I thought you lived in Ireland, bro. Yeah, that's Spencer Fearon. Everyone should have a photo. Dino Kinahan, if they're a box fan, up in their obviously up in their front room. Like, what an idiot, man. My boy ST, you alright, blood? Yes, I'm alright, yeah. What about you, fam? What's going on, man? Oh, ring his gym now. Oh man. That's that would be funny. Oh man. You know what? Like, because people have been getting what's his name? Tyan Booth, and he got guts. Tyan Booth. You ring people like he rang up Sonny Edwards, Eddie Hearn, Radio Raheem, and some other pussy over I can't remember. All these guys, none of them answered. But yeah, ring his gym. That'd be funny, man. What a live call, ringing his gym. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to do those kind of things eventually. I'm tempted to do those kind of things eventually. Not. I don't know how I'm doing this minute. People probably call me a pussy hole, but I mean, he's not going to be there. You'll get a call. His back shaking then no. And also, I got to watch out because he's the grass. Now, I've got a plan for that idiot as well. So you know what? I got to watch out. But he's revenge is a dish best served cold. Not only served cold, but served late. So when people have forgotten about it, bosh, here's your dish, blood. Stuart, he does. I don't know what's up with my man tonight, Stuart. You asked what was talking about Reg Kent. You're a little bit slow tonight. Stuarty, bruv. Come on, I'm not the only one. Look at this. Some guys say, Stuart, are you civil blood? Stuarty's getting his drink on. That's what it is. I forgot about this joke. Javon came on. Tavis loved the sixth. If I found my missus in bed with a Sonny Edwards, I'd tuck him in. Listen, man. The only reason you'd find Sonny Edwards in bed with your missus if she was big and black. Is she big and black? If she ain't, then you don't have to worry about that, homeboy. ST says, you and Tyan should meet up with Dawson. I mean, Tyan's a big name, obviously. And Tyan said, you know what? He's put some of the videos up and stuff like that. He's been on the chats lurking. He hasn't said anything, I don't think. But yeah, and people have said he should talk and meet up. I'll be up for it, man. I don't know when he lives in Sheffield, don't he? I mean, all these things are a bit hard to organise. Yeah, I don't see why not. I might. Who knows? If he's in Manchester, I might be in Manchester soon. If he's in Manchester, that's like halfway in it from London, Sheffield, isn't it? Yeah? Sheffield's not that far from Manchester, right? Boxing Classics HQ. Do you have a video channel? I can't remember. If you do, sign up. Chris Eubank, YouTube. Chris Eubank talking to Naz in a hotel. Naz less than a few minutes. And says, Chris, you got a whole load of crap in your head of yours. I'll have a look. You know what? I got to figure out how to put on. I'm sure I could do it pretty easily, but how to to get clips in the stream and so on. There's loads of things you can do with a StreamYard. I just haven't done it, man. Great Naz quote reference. I think you should finish that as it. You just want to see him get hurt. I think you should finish. Yeah. Angie lost. If I find Sonny Edwards in bed with my missus, I'll get his black mama to make him say I can't breathe while she chokes him to death. Whatever. I bet he's in some weirdness, man. You look Jack. On D-ball. No, man, I cannot touch D-ball ever again. I told you, man, it was just too nuts. No, I've been going to gym hard, but I don't do any cardio. I only do weights, so it's probably not very good for fighting. And I eat a lot. I mean, I've never eaten so much in my life. I'm just doing it out of boredom. I prefer the lean look, the lean, fast look. But I'm going for the Big Joe Joyce look now. Dong, dong. Yeah. There's time being docked. Someone put up his yes, I think someone tried to put up his address. Ring up David. Goldblatt. You mean Greenblatt? Some stories about running the streets in Boston. Yeah, David Greenblatt, blood clot. I got. I write scripts and that, and then I never do them. And I got like so many videos to do, and some big ones as well. Exposing Greenblatt for more. All the lies about losing both his arms and his crashes. He's been 6'9". He used to run tings in some Chicago nightclub. Such a liar, man. He's just been what's it called? Called to the New York Boxing Hall of Fame. If you found it. If you found Ricky out in bed with your missus, what would happen when he took himself? Ricky out such a bella. He's scary and he's a Golovkin. If you found him in bed with the missus, you took him in. Said the same thing about Mike Tyson, the punch drunk idiot. I used to like Ricky, but I've told you why I turned against him. Because he's a tool of the Illuminati. He pushed the Jabberwocky jib. He does all these creepy things about gimp mask, dressing up as a woman. We know what you're doing, you blood clot. You might as well juice. That's why he lost his hair. I mean, it's possible. His son had the body for it. I know what you're saying, Stewie, brother. No, it's WBO. He won IBF, the WBO, the WBA, and he would have won WBC, but I think the guy relinquished it. Let's do. Why do you think Son Ed was that big black man? Is it because he's a fake Jamaican? It's because he got bullied in Croydon, right? There's quite a lot of black kids in Croydon. At the school, he got bullied quite a lot for being small and being a nerd and being white. And so it's like Caleb Plant grew up in a bit of a black. No, he didn't come from a black town, but when he was going to all these boxing shows and that, and he was probably the only white guy there, and he got given a load of grief. Same thing with Kelly Pavlik, although Kelly Pavlik did not go the oil drilling way. But, and it's almost like they got bullied so much they want to kind of show, I want to show that I can be like you guys. And look, I can get this hot black woman. It's a weird way of dealing with it, Some people might go the other way and think, I want nothing to do with these people. What's that guy called? What's that guy who Drew Dilbert called? He said, just get away from these people. But some like the other way, they want to get close to prove that they can. This is a weird psychological thing. So yeah, and maybe it's just some weird kink. I've known guys like weird kink. I've known a few white guys that grew up in black areas, and they're determined to ingratiate themselves. It's bizarre, man. Ricky took to Warwick Davison when he found him in bed with his missus. Just another one of the many people that are in fucking bed with Ricky Hatton's missus and tucks them all in. That's right, some guy. That's right. He's a degenerate goblin, yeah. Stuart Doughty's on it, blood, tonight. Rank your. Oh, come on, mate. I always forget. Rank your. I'll do what I can. Rank your top YouTube boxing channels. I would probably say ID Boxing and Boxing News. Crap logo channel. ID Boxing had a much more impact. Struggle. Find boxing news in my sublist. Hang on. Haven't ID Boxing just bought Boxing News? Am I getting it wrong? But I like the offbeat boxing channel. There's my boy. Obviously, Time Move channel. I like. My boy Lee Talks Boxing. My boy Lee Talks Boxing. Go and join. Remember to join his channel. Lee Talks Boxing. He's got a nice little channel. Nordic Warriors channel. Check him out as well. The problem is when you're a channel that's not mainstream, they and you're saying things that the algorithm doesn't like, or whatever those in charge don't like, they will hide you. They will take away subs. They do all kinds of weird stuff, man. So. But I prefer the smaller channels, like I said. Ultratech. Great box come back through. Yeah, Ultratech's another one. But yeah, Lee Talks Boxing, Nordic Warrior, Time Move, obviously. Is Ben Shalom an old driller? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's the young man. My boy T-Bone. West Ham United Football Club that I used to think was WH Ultimate Fighting Championship. Son Edwards is actually black. He I don't think he is. He liked to be big and black. So he could intimidate people and all the shit he could get away with, but he's small and white, so You're not watching Brodsky? Nah, man, I can't be bothered. Ah, man. No, I just can. You know what? I meant to watch it. If I just can't be bothered, I'm quite enjoying the stream. You know. ST goes, "What is your type of woman?" Mr. Mr. Basebox Baseball. You can call me Maputo en Google. A bigger black woman. Firstly, I'm different now. I'm deliberately celibate. I'm Christian now. I don't believe in I was a fornicator when I was young, before, so I had to give it up. It's part of my belief that, in order to show the strength of faith, that I don't do that anymore. So obviously now it'd be a Christian woman, a virgin, maybe Amish, a nice blonde woman who knows how to milk a cow, something like that. Back in the day, a beautiful white woman with blue eyes, and a bit of class. Class. I quite like a posh girl, you get me? My boy Lito's boss. I don't struggling. I don't struggling with women should visit Ricky Allen's business, Enough men have done her by the sounds of it. Not only that, if Ricky fucking Allen finds you in bed with his missus, he'll fucking tuck you in and maybe bring you a cup of tea and give you a breakfast. And then he might, if you're lucky, he might give you an exhibition against Campbell and Han. If you suffered under COVID, he's sure to do that, man. Yeah, call him whatever you want, man. He's an oil driller. What is this? Simon Kagwa and Jala. What do you think about that, Pastor Dr. Sebo's plans to engineer the Sodomex vaccine to combat sodomy? Will you fund it? Yeah, I agree with it. I think there's a lot of potential there. We do not want this sickness in this part of Africa. We do not need this sickness in Mozambique. We do not need this sickness eating the poo-poo. Yeah, good luck to him. I would fund it. I just need to get remonetized. I didn't know that. I thought Hearn was part of the Masonic tribe. What are your thoughts on the Russian drone? Triple B. I think the whole proxy will pan out. I hope the West come to the senses and stop prodding the Russian. But I don't know about that latest story, so I can't comment on it. The proxy war. The question is Putin just another member of the NWO? I think he probably is. So I think they're deliberately trying to destroy the last big Christian white empire to stand in the way of the NWO, and Putin may well be part of that process. So T-Bone. I don't think you get as many repugnant people in any other sport as you get in boxing. I don't know. Is that true? I hadn't really thought about it, man. Boxing is a different sport, though, and I respect boxers they're more than sportsmen. You got to give them that, man. Shane, women with makeup or no makeup. When you start seeing women with no makeup and you get used to it, you're just like, wow, these women are so beautifully, naturally pretty. I mean, obviously, makeup brings something, but it brings a falseness. I mean, a little bit of mascara, I'll be happy with, but anything more than that, I just think you're scared. You make me sick. I might go and watch the fights. Have there been any fights yet on the Sky show? Have there been any fights? Will people take it? Simon Kagwana and Jala. You mean the Sodomex? Yeah, who knows? Ricky Hatton is a fluff fresh wife loves. Ricky Hatton even makes your Sam's really finish up on his. He's a disgusting pig, is what he is. Pasta is based, yeah. I got a new man. Jigsaw Kid 95. Yo, man. You're a forest sport. What's up, brother? What you got to say, man? What you got to say, my man? The war's complete fake, I think. A lot of it has to be. I mean, there's probably a bit of exchange of firepower, but you just don't get the weird videos, the weird gore. I mean, I've seen a few, but I'm very suspicious of the whole thing. Very, very suspicious of the whole thing. My Nottingham Forest pal says, I gain more respect for Ty over this whole thing. I agree. If you, I don't think it was okay. It's a dangerous thing to say what he did in the sense that he knows people are going to get riled. I don't think he deliberately did it to get more publicity, but it happened that way. But certainly dealt with it very well, and he crushes all the people that put it on him, like Davis, the snitch, Sonny Edwards, Coogan, what hypocrites they are, Eddie Hearns, all these guys. So he did a great job there. It was a bit of a dark joke, slightly inappropriate, but you remember only 500 people were watching. No one really have seen it. If Sonny Edwards hadn't put up, it wouldn't even be a big deal. And loads of comedians make stupid jokes. The only thing is that he said it specifically about Coogan's kid. Obviously, Coogan liked to be very pissed off. But anyone trying to pretend fucking Bruce being serious or nonce is just fucking stupid, man. Well, there's Ricky will change his name to Rachel before long wears his wife's clothes. Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that Frank Maloney, what do you call himself, Kelly Maloney? I mean, that's just weird. You know what? It came to pass that he had to pay the price for all that money he got. He didn't get. Maloney was nothing. He was a small time guy. He had no money. He wasn't doing nothing. And suddenly he's got Lennox Lewis. Yeah, a bit weird, man. His I Am a Nonce was great. So yeah, he crushed all the people and explained he did a good job, man. Jigsaw's Workshop. Jigsaw Kid, we are related. I'm a Forest fan too. Yeah, there you go, man. It's good to have. I've watched Nottingham Forest. I don't watch football, right? Really, because it's all bread and circus. And I don't watch films. I did watch the big George Foreman film, by the way, on Nordic Warriors Device. I'm going to do a video about that, but I don't watch crap entertainment, Netflix, sport, apart from boxing and a bit of UFC. I think I watched Nottingham Forest, man. I watched Nottingham Forest last season. Yeah, when they got promoted. And they were making fun of Paul Ince and his son. They were giving him grief. And they were going, USA, USA, USA. Whoops. Because the keeper from Forest was American, right? Am I right? Simon Kagwa Ejara. Actually, people would be injected with Sodomex because Pepe is anti-hetero. You mean Pepe, as in Pepe the Frog? I thought you meant Pepe against people, huh? Pepe doesn't need to be technically on sodomy. He's against it. David Price lost to Tony Thompson, devastating. Maloney tried to turn himself into Tyan said that, I remember. Yeah. Sick, man. Last season was class. Yeah, man. I was there with the, I don't know what they call it, man. Like, my pals, he's one of me funds, he's one of me funds. And went to, it's where they got all the real supporters that stand up all the time. I was in that bit, blood. Yeah, I love it. Do you know what? First time I've been to Notts, not just the club, the football club. I mean, the town. I really liked it. I watched Lee Wood. Lee Talks Boxing. Yeah, this is how I used to really like football. I can't stand out the biggest tool. That's the problem. And it's invading everything. I mean, it's in boxing as well. Boxing is about, boxing is as bad as any of them, but we just got to call out. Away football crowds are quite based, yeah. But it bothers me that people care more about what the fuck their football team is doing than what people are giving their kids to eat, and politics, the economics, what's happening in the world. I mean, that's where it gets tragic, and that's why they call it the bread and circus. Give some Greek guy said it, philosopher. All you need to do is give your people food and entertainment, and you can do what you want with them. You can manipulate them. I actually think you let that shelter. You need fucking shelter, right? But that's it, man. And entertainment is how they distract people from caring about real shit, Jinxie's Workshop says, Emperor Max in Sudan rescuing people while not being emotional. I was talking about Emperor Michael earlier. So you know, I had him on a couple of times, and he wanted to come on again. I said, look, let's leave it for a bit. We'll do it again when I get remonetized. But he's stopped doing videos. I've noticed. Does anyone notice he hasn't done a video for like 11 days? So I hope he's all right, man. I don't know what's going on with that, man. I'm not my brother's keeper, blood. Ah, yes. Well done. Without further ado, have you heard some woman trying to say Big George raped in the 70s? I don't believe her. George seems a nice guy. It's very weird, right? So she's not the only. There was another couple of people coming out saying, "Yeah, in the 70s, he raped me, and I was a teenager." It's very weird. You have to be very suspicious of that. The timing is weird. Also, so his films come out, and it's proved to be quite popular, but it's quite a wholesome film, right? It's got it's quite Christian, it's quite wholesome, right? And it's been absolutely slated by the media, which is nuts. I don't do a video on it because it's one of the most amazing stories in sports ever, but it's been slated. And it's slated for all kinds of reasons. Some of them doesn't even make sense. I even seen some idiot go, "Oh, I thought it was really bad because they talked about George and Jesus Christ, but they wouldn't talk about Muhammad Ali and his Islamic religion." I was like, "Oh, wait, but this is the Big George story. It's not the Muhammad Ali story. Ali plays a little part in it. It's just very weird." And all these big, you know, what they call Rotten Tomatoes and Empire were marking it down. Some of them said, "Oh, it's too long." I mean, it's such a big story; it has to be long. And others were saying, "Oh, they just gloss over his life. They should have talked about how he had more wives." It was so bizarre. It's been so attacked. I almost think they're attacking George because he's pushed back. He's pushed back against what the Illuminati wanted to do. Something like that. It's very weird to see his film so attacked and to see all these sudden weird rape claims. I don't know, man. You know, my boy Jigsaw Kid. I hate the way Sky Sports and media football. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in advertising. It's in entertainment. It's in music. It's in sport. Nothing's clean now, bro. And they know that. That's how they get to people. Would you want to do any collab with any YouTubers? I did open mic on the channel. Yeah, we did that. We got well. We were polite. He was nice. I like Michael. Collabs. I mean, I don't know. Is there that much to be gained from it? I mean, would I want to? Porky asked me. I did a video Porky didn't like, and he called me out, not for a fight, just for like, "Oh, come on, we'll fucking Zoom anytime you want." I said, I went on the comments. I said, "Yeah, okay." I was half joking. Firstly, I want you to be drug tested for PEDs and SPAC. Secondly, I want you to what's it called? I want you to reveal the Dave Caldwell video that you said you were going to reveal because I put in. I used to have other channel. They got zapped, but I was bigging him up so much about that. And I think he was doing such good work, and then it disappeared. So I was a bit annoyed at that. And the third one, I said, "We've got to do it live," and he said no to all of them. So what do you want to know about that? But I don't know. I'd like to meet up and have a night out with Tyan, man. That'd be fine, you know. But I don't know collabs. Who would I collab with? Who would you want to see? Maybe Ken from Northern Ireland, so I could. My last game was a Forest season ticket. It was 1999. We got relegated against Southampton. I left the UK a few weeks later. Where you live now, Jigsy? Where are you at now? Where you at? Where you at, homeboy? I like my boy Javon came on Tavis Love sick. Ain't no safety on this clock. Ain't no safety on this clock. Javon Gay Davis. I can't do the thing, but also, did you see him after he beat Ryan? Like Devin Haney, he don't look like a real human. He looks like some kind of ancient hominid. He's doing that stupid waving his head around like this. He looked like some mad cannibal or something. So it was very bizarre, man. Lee, I hate that bum. He must have read Foxy is stupid as fuck. He was not very intelligent. Not very intelligent. He was fast talking though. You know, you get them guys, you know, the street guys that talk real fast. And it seems like they're very quick, but they'll repeat the same kind of shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he was one of those. He was not very intelligent. He was not very intelligent. It's what most people at NPCs. Yeah, that's non-programmable characters. If you want to know, it's from computer games where you got a character in a game, right? and it's not controlled by anyone. It's programmed just to do one thing, and it can't move out of its programming. And so it's the perfect, what do you call it? I don't know, it's perfect metaphor for people that fucking too stupid and they're just programmed and they will melt down if you question their programming. What is it? I'm glad he said this. Foreman's drug against Ali. He said his water tastes like medicine now. Yeah, it was such a big story, a big win. But Ali was like a civil rights plant, to push that agenda. He was very much controlled, by the way, by whoever you want to say, the powers that be. And Foreman said the ropes are definitely loose. They are. You can see. So Ali can just lean back all the time, and he can't hit his head. He just can't reach it. That's why he went to the body. It wasn't just like I'm going to hit him to the body and then bring his guard down. It was like I can't hit his fucking head because you can see he leans back on the. Having said that, Foreman had a bad camp, by the way. He didn't even want to be there. Where was that? Congo or whatever? And they took his passport. They wouldn't let him out. He wanted to go home and then fly out, train, and come back out. And I believe he was drugged. He said he couldn't. He wasn't himself. He couldn't. He didn't feel strong. We've had confirmed instances of this in boxing, like Tim Doc Anderson. Yeah, if you read about that, I'm going to do a video on that incident. He was drugged by Rick Elvis Parker. Also, we had Aaron Pryor, who was drugged by his team, but in a positive way. They put a bunch of speed or whatever in his drink. It's not impossible. In fact, I definitely think he was spiked. They would have done anything to get Ali the win. 73 degrees, baby. Yeah, that's right. That's Coldwell. I wonder what happened. Prince Bush got his way out. Oh, Ben Whitaker. Yeah, I might watch it. How long have I done? 2011. Yeah, I might go and watch it. I want to watch some boxing this weekend, so I'm going to go in a minute. So let's give it. I'm going to give it to let's give it 5 more minutes, right? 5 more minutes. That's some good questions, and then JP just says randomly, what would Rihanna have done if the bitch didn't have her money? She'd probably be a low-class hooker. What these untalented people who go, oh, Beyonce is such a legend. She's not. She's just some slag with a big ass that wiggles it around, gets some music written for her. These guys just sell their souls. None of these people have got any talent, man. There's people in your class, if you're at school, that are as talented as these people. They just don't fucking make it, blood. It was in Zaire. That's right, my mortal. Yeah, that's right. Isn't Zaire... These countries changed though, right? Isn't it now the Congo? I don't fucking know. Lennox was very good. Top 3, I agree. Some MCs are good though. UK student girls, for example, are just walking whores pretty much. Well, unfortunately, they've been programmed to be that way. They were never always that way. It happens slowly as well. You can't make a generation of virgins and people with morals into whores straight like that. You've got to work at them slowly. If you look at how they've been pushing, you listen to 80 songs, right? I would listen to Madonna. It was on the radio. And it was get into the groove. And I listened to all the words. I remember, I was like, this is blatantly pushing masturbation, sex with strangers. I'm sick of, they use euphemisms, dancing for whacking or for sex, get into the groove because you got to prove your love to me. See, and Madonna turned the generation a bunch of sluts then, but they're not nothing compared to what they are now. So you slowly hammer. You have to do it over a bit of time. Generally, it takes a generation to really change people because that's about 15 years, and you change the education system. What's that guy called? Yuri Bezmenov, the KGB guy, said it takes a generation to completely change society. I don't know. I think you may need more time, but I can see I'm getting tired because my brain ain't working that good. Watching UFC tonight. I watch it tomorrow, bro. I wouldn't watch it live. Even now, I have to watch it. The only things I watch live would be a big heavyweight fight. I actually watched Ryan Garcia, Javon Gay Davis live. But I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, it was about 5:30, 6 a.m. I switched it on, so it's not even the night, and it was just starting. So I watched that, but I won't unless it's like a huge fight, like what's his name? Wilder, Tyson Fury. If they're, you know, something like that. Yo, Misty Morning, what are you saying? Yes, Chubby, are you watching Canelo tonight? Are you putting bets on? No, there's not much to bet on, really. You know, I put a couple of bets on. I can't remember, real small bets just for some interest, but not on the Canelo fight. I'm like, does he stop him or does he win on points? You know, I don't know, man. I'm not going to watch it live. No way. I watch it tomorrow morning. You know, Canelo fights are not that interesting. You know, he plays it safe, don't he? Plays it safe. Lionel Pin had a great resume, some great wins, including some past prior. He did, but he also got chinned a few times. Corey Sanders. Lennox had that to beat Vitaly. He didn't beat Vitaly. Vitaly would have won that fight without the cut. I know people say, oh, it doesn't matter. If you cut someone, you win. He goes, yeah, that's fine. But it's different to win on a cut than knocking someone out. And Vitaly had so much energy left. You see at the end, he's jumping. He's going nuts. Lennox is on his stool, having gassed. So pleased the fight's over. But you know, you still want to fight. You win on a cut. It's fine, you know. Mexico, all the men are batimans and the girls are slags. Some weird shit going on. Are you serious, man? Mexico, blood clot, because the Mexico men were manly and macho. Even though they're short and fat, they're macho. The women were not that slaggy. I've been there as well. The CIA shit, well, the CIA, it's just MTV films, the internet, porn. It's all that. Yeah, you're sick, Anthony. JP says, please can you ensure that your comments are brief and spellings are correct so that we from the readers, from the Comment Readers Association, CRA, can read it quickly, move to the next comment. Thank you. I love you. I actually agree. Good spelling and being able to, you know, express yourself quickly and effectively is a really useful tool. A really useful tool. I mean, not everyone can do it, right? But just reread your stuff before you put it up. I'm a grammar Nazi, they call me. Right. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up as Tyan Booth says. I'm gonna watch some boxing. So yeah, it's been real good, man. Thank you for all the cash outs. Like I said, Dov Drew, obviously my boy Sly Teen, Shane Bongos, Ben G. I don't want to miss anyone. Sonny Edwards, of course, Sonny Showtime, Sonny the Snitch Edwards, Shane Bongos. Yeah. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. I'm hoping to get some more videos out. Like I said, because I'm demonetized. If I was monetized, I'd be doing 2 a day minimum, plus 2 shows a week. But you know, I've got to be. Man needs to make some money to put some food in Tyson's. Those pigs, these 3 grasses, right? The fat one, the thin one, and the one with the underdeveloped prefrontal lobe. Took rent money, food out of my dog Tyson's bowl. So what you know about that? Yeah, I just answered a couple of jigs. I've done a big change in the early 20s, gone the last 50. I mean, it's sickening. But I mean, they were bad enough when I was fucking around 20 years ago. But like, man, and there's Tinder and pornography. It is depressing. Right. I'm in jet, right? So goodbye to all my funds. It's been great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll try to get some videos out and get some lives going. Increase the peace. God bless you all. And stay away from Yale, Satanism, wrongmans, all kinds of shit like that. Peace in the Middle East. I'm out of here right now.